Hi, Haru. Well, we're waiting for the stream to start, and I'm waiting for NOTAIL to join as well. So, yeah, we'll just wait. I'm now checking. So, like, I realized that there are a couple of things. Oh, yeah, I should be able to claim, like, some stuff. So, I have, like, a tier 1... Yeah, flare. But anyway, how have you been? So I'll wait for NOTAIL to join first, and then I use the flare. Hi, Hancock. I think today is gonna be a very tough one, cause like VESAHKA is so strong, you know. Like so VESAHKA's performance, like for me, back in KIC 2025, when we took a look at the old VESAHKA roster, you know, they were having a decent performance in KIC, and then they made it all the way until, I think, top 8, right? Or something like that. Then I was like, okay, cool. Let's see how far this team goes. And then moving on into 2026, they made the announcement that number 1, Raven's not playing. Then number 2, like, they had to... I don't think they had to, but they kind of made the trade in a sense where Bao was given over to Bigatron, or traded in that matter. So now with the new lineup on the side of VESAHKA, I thought, okay, maybe there'll be a drop in terms of power. But whoa, VESAHKA has been like super strong this season. So it's kind of interesting to see how this will pan out for the rest of the year. Thanks for sharing, Aru. Then plus, I think this year for 2026 for HOK, the start was a little more quiet on my end. Yeah, but it's not a bad thing. I think I appreciate the rest that I have been able to get over the first quarter of this year. So we'll see how the rest of this year is going to go, because the second half, as we approach like mid-year, right, then I think mid-year is going to be insane. From mid-year all the way until the end of the year for Honor of Kings is going to be insane, because number 1, India side open, and then KWC, once again, they revisit the evolution, which has been done before. So AOV x HOK, that one is going to be really cool. So a little bit of backstory. I came from AOV. AOV was my first, okay, maybe not my first, my second mobile game in the mobile genre. So my first one actually was Vainglory, but that one was when Vainglory was still like 3v3. I was looking for something close to Dota, because obviously you cannot carry your PC around. And back then it was like iPads, and I don't think there were any phone performances yet, right? So now that we have AOV coming into the mix, generally the game, most of the things are similar. That's obviously different, but the gameplay, compositions, execution, drafts generally are the same for Arena of Valor. And then now that we have them joining HOK for KWC, I think it's going to be very cool. Yeah, I know. Like, for me, it's a cool subject, because when I first played AOV, my mindset coming into AOV was the first official cast I ever did out of any title. And then that was my very first experience. Like, I had no prior training, nothing to really reference. I was watching, you know, international back then. Dota was kind of my thing, and I was like, I never understood what was the premise behind shoutcasting, like what are we supposed to talk about, who do we engage, and stuff like that. So then that kind of brought me on a journey of like, oh, actually, you know, Wangzhe is also on. And I went to take a look at their broadcast, and there was an English broadcast back then. So I was like, oh, that seems cool. Like, maybe I can venture into that into the future. And lo and behold, like what, 8 years later? Is it 8? Yeah, 8 years later, here we are. So it's really cool. My first cast for AOV, I'll be honest, it was completely trash. I still have the video of me shoutcasting for the event, and it was interesting. I think interesting is the best way to say it. Hi Aziza. Yeah, because it was a fun experience for me. I don't know about the viewers, because back then was my first introduction into shoutcasting, and then because we had one of the strongest teams in Singapore, my cast was watched by 15,000 people. So that was the biggest amount of viewers I've ever talked to, and that was my first event. And I was like, damn, okay. Yeah, and back then I think AOV, the big regions, before we had the whole like Thai and Vietnam servers, right? It was mainly in Indonesia. That was the main market, right? When are you casting in Takalok? I don't know. I need like lessons, bro. I need lessons for that. So yeah, it's been a fun journey, and back then that was kind of where I was thrown into the deep end of the waters, where I had to learn the very basics of shoutcasting, right? Focusing on like player names instead of hero names, and then learning the skills. What's the mindset behind certain movesets? Why do professionals draft in this way? And back then there was no like global ban pick, right? You're allowed to pick whatever you want over and over again. And I didn't understand what was like meta in the past. So that was a cool experience. Thank you, Hams. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Yeah, so we just wait for NOTAIL to come into the channel. So now I'm gonna minimize my oh, I cannot do that. Let me cancel this first and minimize this. Can you join? No. I'm sorry. This one is a private one with NOTAIL. I mean, you can join the channel, but you can't join the voice chat. But yeah, actually, this whole experience with OG was really cool, because my first interaction with OG was through the team, right? The old OG in Major West. And it was a cool experience, like talking to them, finding out about their experience coming into HOK, and this was the old roster, right? I had the pleasure of doing media day for them in Major West for last year. So I got like really close insights from players like Kerker, and then back then we also had the interaction with BTK, and I actually got to talk to Hoon and Moba Zane and the entire BTK, right? Along with Dave, Assassin Dave. So it was really cool because I had never gotten a chance to speak to any of them. Like, I knew who Dave was back in the old days, but we never really had a chance to talk about it, because back in the previous title that I was in, access was not really something that we had. Thank you for the heart, Mi Wukong. And then I get to find out about their stories. This is actually what I like about being a talent, right? Because it gives you almost unfiltered access into the players, the production company, the talents as well. And then you get to really find out, okay, who are these people in real life, right? It's not just, a screen, a player on the screen. Now you get to know about their personal experiences, why they become a pro, what challenges they face, and what's the goal, right? Because the stigma around esports has always been the same, which is, okay, if you're a professional player, if you're not creme de la creme, you're not the top 1%, then how do you make a living? How do you survive? And for the people that are trying so hard, what's next for them? Like, I've received so many messages from random people online, like, oh, hey, I want to be a pro. How do I be a pro? Can I join this competition? How can I qualify for esports World Cup and these kind of things? And it's not just HOK, it's like all the different games. So it's a nice experience to be able to talk to all the different people. Momo-chan said if Onyx had lost to DNT today, they would have been eliminated by just one game. Who would have been eliminated? OG or Onyx? Because the last time that Lihan was calculating for us, Onyx Onyx has to win 3-0 for all their games in order to even stand a chance. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what that's like. And I thought it was quite cute that they were actually watching our live. You know, like the ID broadcast was watching our live as well. That was quite funny.
Pengalaman meskipun kadang-kadang kalau misalkan jago 60 FPS juga bisa jago juga.
Benar.
Tapi kalau misalkan main di 120 udah pasti bakal lebih nyaman lagi. Sambil kita lihat caster prediction hari ini.
Okay, let's see the predictions first. Yeah, NOTAIL is not here yet. Okay, so everyone is still thinking that VESAHKA is going to win OG. The stats do point towards this particular result, but it looks like Rookie feels that it's going to be a little bit closer. So Lihan, Momo-chan, they're taking 3-1 for VESAHKA. But from what I understood, I don't know whether this is a fact, but from what I understood from Lihan's explanations was that regardless of the results, OG should be able to make it to top 6. So if OG makes it to top 6, then they qualify for play-ins. Then that's an entirely different ballgame. That one will then be dependent of can they actually win their series, because I think moving into play-ins is going to be best of 7s already. And that one, there's no room for error. You can lose games, but you cannot lose the series. Okay, so it's majority going for VESAHKA. Good evening. So the odds are stacked against OG in terms of like predictions so far from talents and the media. So we'll see how OG does today. Because I think at this stage of the game, if OG is guaranteed that top 6 position, the results don't really matter that much here. But this is a good ground to be able to kind of figure out, okay, what is this next strategy, or what can we do in the play-ins, right? To make sure that we qualify for KWC. Because based on the history of Honor of Kings, now we have been having KWC for the past 2 years already. This one will be year number 3. And in both instances, I think year number 1, there was no OG. Year number 2, OG did qualify. So it will be weird to not see OG in KWC. On the flip side, of course, it'll be kind of cool to see like other ID teams make it as well. Like I really want to see if VESAHKA is improved. Bigatron really know how strong they are. And then we are back to the old storyline of like, okay, Kagendra and Dominator, right? How do they pull this off? OG's fate is almost the same as Team Hawks during the regular season. Yeah, it depends on the other teams. We'll see. Well, I hope NOTAIL is feeling a bit better today. He was talking about him having hay fever, like it's hay fever season. Hi Sagi. Yeah, that one is it's not a nice experience. Like I have allergies as well, so it's not nice. I don't know. I haven't watched the first part, so now we are looking. Like stats wise, everyone's predicting that VESAHKA will be able to win. 3-1, 3-2. How was your show match yesterday with the IKL streamers? Oh, 1-3, damn. Hey, you're supposed to represent Malaysia, bro. Oh, okay. Pentakill trumps all results. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you get a pentakill, then you have all the clips in the world. Were you playing farm lane? You have to be playing farm lane, right? That's your main lane. Damn. Alex looks good, man, stats-wise. One game of jungle.
Ya seangka itu gitu, kayak posisi dia berarti jarang
It was a
gampang, kecuali
best of 5 or
kayak
first to 5?
misalnya kita ngeliat nih beberapa farm laner yang harusnya bisa jadi tumpuan di arah mid to the late game. Nah, itu kan sering keculikan biasanya.
It's like you have 4 games, right?
Kadang
3
suka
games of farm, 1 game of
kalau
jungle.
NX ini
Thank you for
biasanya
sharing,
oke,
Aziza.
dia tahu power spike
Oh, ultimate battle. Okay, cool. That's cool.
sebesar itu dibandingkan dengan Aham. Permasalahan yang menurut aku yang aku lihat dari Aham adalah kadang kalau dia lagi bagus tuh bagus banget. Tapi kalau lagi off atau lagi kurang, itu bener-bener kurang banget. Kelihatan banget timpangnya.
Iya sih, setuju sih. Apalagi kemarin pas lagi itu udah jelas banget Fuzi lagi
Yeah,
jalan
I don't think you
terus.
get to see Zhuangzi coming in.
Sama Ceca.
Iya, decision makingnya sih.
Dia di ulti, abis itu dia mati, teman-teman juga jadi kalawar karena damage sebenarnya hilang. Dan ngomongin average damage.
So actually, I tagged VESAHKA in the post as well, and then Jin Yong was watching. You saw it. So like there were responses from the VESAHKA fans. Some of them, they were like, okay, VESAHKA is gonna win.
Jadi awe jadi monster teman-teman ya, cuma nggak bisa ya mungkin. Karena udah di lock kayak sama dominator, CCT jangan diganti sih. Itu orang jago banget.
Iya sih, setuju. Ya, kita nggak bisa bohong kalau dia emang bener-bener yang carry ini terkadang.
I'm just curious what the game plan is for OG.
Mungkin biasa lah.
Because if the results don't really matter at this point, then OG can use this as like a more professional scrim, I guess. Find out about the patterns and the behavior of the members on the side of VESAHKA, because they definitely will meet them, right? I think top 6, DMT, Kagendra, VESAHKA, Bigatron, OG, I don't know who's the last one. RRQ, I believe, right? So that's top 6. It'll be cool to see what's happening. First game, I didn't see the gameplay, but Alter Ego 3-0'd Karstens, if I'm not wrong.
Lebih dari cukup sih. Dengan waktu yang terbatas, kumpulin player-playernya untuk ngumpulin chemistry, dan week 1 benar-benar struggle banget.
Iya.
Di week 2 mereka comeback, itu udah lebih dari cukup buat OG menurut aku.
Dan permasalahan mereka di week 1 itu kan sebenarnya bahasa dengan tahu-tahu kan.
Iya.
Nextnya di week kedua mereka tuh udah bisa mulai recovery. Menurut aku itu waktu yang
For the people watching on YouTube, right? You have to give me a bit of time, okay? I have to scroll through the different platforms. You kind of miss AOV. Do you think they'll merge AOV and HOK for the other regions? I don't think it'll be a merger, but I think we will get to share heroes. Yeah, that is definitely something that I think will happen. Where is NOTAIL? I don't know. He's late. But it's okay. It's NOTAIL. We can give him some time. Because like this timing is afternoon for him. I believe it's like 12:30, I think. Like hour 5. So in Singapore it's 5:30 p.m. or at this point it's 6:30, right? So at their side it will be 1:30 p.m. Something like that. I think they're 16 hours behind or something. He's here. Sixth position will face third position, so OG will meet VESAHKA again. Ooh, okay. What's up, Big Daddy? Are you
What's
feeling
up,
better
Nick?
today?
Yeah, it's good. I still have some allergies, but it's not as bad as the other day.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, let me activate the flare. So I can actually use like, yeah, different flares. Oh, this is a really fast draft though from both of them. And
Okay, I
VESAHKA is
see. Yeah,
going
wow.
straight for Chicha. That's crazy. So according to my chat, taking into consideration that OG is guaranteed a slot in the play-ins, you guys
Yeah.
will meet VESAHKA again. So this is like a preview of what might happen, and then
Okay.
VESAHKA is going to go like when planes happen, it's going to be best of 7. So then there's a lot more room for error in that case.
Iya, karena tadi mungkin juga kalau misalnya dia pick Neza pun ya sekarang udah gampang ya buat Neza untuk ngejar.
Nakoruru loh dia.
Nakoruru.
Kok jadi marahin aku main Nakoruru sama Momo? Jangan Nakoruru lagi ya.
Beda. Kalau kamu yang di sana mungkin aku bilang wow, keren ya.
Nakoruru sekarang
Nakoruru ya?
setelah di revamp gitu kan emang sebenarnya bisa buat main adu hit ya karena gak usah harus skill 1 dulu buat kayak pakai ulti gitu kan.
So let me update you on the predictions.
What did the panel say?
So Rookie went 3-2 in favor of VESAHKA. Lihan and Momo went 3-1 in favor of VESAHKA. Media predictions, I think about 80% of them went for VESAHKA as well.
Cuma Renji dan juga
Okay.
Oke, mereka lebih mengambil ke arah
So the odds are not with us.
Yeah, they're not with us. For now. It's okay. We can convince them after the day.
Cuma kayaknya Fatih untuk adu pukul juga di area depan dan untuk pick terakhir.
So what do you think of the drafts?
VESAHKA di sini
They have last pick right now, yeah?
Yes. So VESAHKA's jungler is the one that is on NX right now. NX is the farm laner, but the hero is a jungle hero. So that's called Nakoruru. She is a tank shredder.
Okay. What makes her tank shredder? She has like percentage-based damage, or?
It's just her stats itself, inbuilt into her kit. So she's normally like big counters against what Dao Dao has in his hands. And at this point, also big burst potential. So his Luna needs to be really careful. Same thing, I think, is general common knowledge, right? You just want to make sure you have the gold advantage first.
Dimana emang Nakoruru sebenarnya emang hero yang bisa dibilang farmingnya lumayan cepet lah teman-teman. Dia punya damage burst juga, biasanya di item keduanya bakal
NOTAIL is here.
Soft Torment. Jadinya sangat memungkinkan banget kalau misalkan dia punya Nakoruru ini snowball ya game.
I'm just curious about NX from the side of VESAHKA because NX, he was pretty inconsistent in the previous seasons, but this season he seems to have found like his groove. So it's going to be interesting because I think Ahem has also gotten like his kind of flavor going into the later parts of the regular season. So let's see what both teams are going to try. Thank you for the heart, me.
Masalah skirmish kayaknya Nakoruru juga bakal enak banget untuk main culik 1. Mungkin maksain landingnya dari NX ini supaya NX-nya nanti free farm. Karena biasa VESAHKA gitu. Meskipun kayak early mereka agak sedikit pasif ya. Karena mereka kuat banget dan power spike.
I think VESAHKA has a lot of CC. So Jin-Young has his ultimate. NX has a jump that stun locks you for a very brief amount of time. Exorality has the board, and then their clash lane, forgot who it was, but also has a stun. So OG needs to spread out a little bit during team fights.
Okay.
Nomor 1 sampai 4 aja itu masih bisa berubah-berubah teman-teman. DMT aja bahkan masih bisa naik ke atas loh.
Benar, DMT bisa naik ke atas, bisa juga turun teman-teman.
But we had the Luna, right?
Yes.
Starting off first game?
We have. So the pressure here, that like OG cannot afford to give away the blue buff. That is a unexcusable mistake.
Lari. Langsung ada satu buah stone ditaruh juga sama Axioreti tabrak lagi. Dibadanin sama Junyong yang punya Bigly, bakal coba untuk kontes ke arah Firehawk. Karena dari NX punya Star Feeling Arrow yang langsung saja ternyata ini di-secure sama VESAHKA dengan taking liberties tadi Axioreti.
Thank you. Yes, 1000. Yes.
Iya, mereka pengen ngambil Firehawk-nya supaya mereka nanti juga bisa dibilang bakal lebih cepat unggul dibandingkan Aham nanti ya di laning bawah. Sementara Hans bakal agak sedikit sabar. Iman sama Tauhan harusnya Hans masih bisa untuk menang.
And I think Ehans will have to do what he did the other day, which is he has to be the bait, right? That play that he had with Dharma the last time, where he escaped with like a sliver of health, that potentially will be the turnaround position for OG. So Ehans needs to make sure that he, once again, makes sure that all the calculations come to the absolute limit here.
Dia bisa kayak cepet banget karena emang dia selalu farming teman-teman, jarang banget buat ngelakuin ganking di arah awal. Dia rotasi cepat, semua dari arah pit monster netralnya tuh bakal diambil sama si Tau Tau.
Iya.
Jadinya ini ngebuat Tau Tau tuh bener-bener cepet kaya banget, bahkan sekarang pun dia udah nyari target lagi. Kira-kira camp mana yang bisa diambil sama dia?
Iya, dia sempat nunggu ya tadi di area midnya. Tadi Nev agak
What's your timer on the clock?
sedikit tapi ya nggak terlalu
I am 2 minutes 10, 11, 12, 13,
Okay,
14.
so I'm about a second ahead of you. Let me pause for a second. Okay.
Connect ke Enix, tapi sayangnya 663 nggak berada di sana untuk kasih backup atau mungkin follow up.
So I think this particular one, both teams will play very passive first. Which I think actually is not in favor of Nev. I think Nev needs to play a little bit more aggressive because she has
Okay.
huge burst potential. So if this goes the way that OG are playing right now, it is to their benefit, but they need to steal more camps.
Ya udah farming dulu aja, apalagi melihat VESAHKA di IKL.
The dragon spawns at 5, right? The bottom one?
4 minutes.
4. Okay. Wait, so it's 4, 8, 12?
4 and then 10. If
4
you're
and
talking
then
about
10,
in totality, then yes, 4 and then 8 and then 10.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, that's a great start. Nice. But Dada's low. Oh, wait!
Well, you're not taking any damage. Oh, God. Oh, no, never mind.
Okay, they're gonna get wiped here.
Oh, no. Ugh. It looked really good for a second.
Yeah,
Damn.
because Jin Yong missed his ultimate, and then but I think Dada was just a little bit too deep. Thank you, Barak.
VESAHKA ini kalau main berasa bawa tacau ya teman-teman ya. Itu kalau di ranked gak dibantuin teman-teman, ngapain dibantuin? Datang Juniongnya, bahkan Enix datang buat ngebantuin. Ini switch and bait bagus banget tinggi takanya.
Yeah, Enix was just a little bit more lucky in his positioning because he was over the wall.
Tahu-tahu Niel mati sama 663. Malah keuntungannya diambil sama VESAHKA. Dan sekarang dari arah OG bakal coba untuk start ke arah Tyrant. Cuman sayangnya nggak ada Nev saat ini.
Oh really? They want to contest this?
Is my board star feeling arrow keluar juga. Tauhan maju. Langsung ke arah
Nice.
Aham di target masih punya legal immunity.
Okay, they caught Enix.
Bisa buat kontes
New did it.
dan OG harus balik, nggak boleh greedy.
Enix keculik sama seorang Niel. Kali ini bakal coba ditungguin sama main-main dari VESAHKA.
Nice. Nice. Okay, that's a great kill.
Tangan dari Hans. Sementara di area belakang tahu-tahu
Holy shit, the setup.
Hans mencoba untuk menahan. Tawan kali ini cuma sayangnya hanya satu pemain, sorry dua, yang keculik dari VESAHKA. OG
Okay, this is great. OG is not being greedy. This is lovely.
Ini
balik-balikan nih.
OG-nya jago nih, lagi bagus mainnya. Mereka berani fight di era early game. Dan itu mereka butuhkan sebenarnya.
I'm gonna DM the three of them later. If OG wins, and screenshot like, what was this prediction, guys?
Dipaksain fight bisa aja sebenarnya. Mereka tahu VESAHKA tuh suka main di era mid to the late game. Jadi kalau early-nya bisa
Informasi.
sama main-main dari
Yes, good
Well,
luck
how
to
come
OG.
we managed to take a 1k lead after losing 3 heroes?
The camps. And then plus there's
Just the
the
camps.
goal transfer when you kill.
Mhm.
sama pemain-pemain dari OG.
Dan juga kali ini dari arah tim OG bakal coba untuk nukar
So we can snowball the growth if we take the T1 at the bottom. And now that Dada has like a 2-level advantage against Nev, Nev has to play very quietly.
Langsung dikasih slice tabrak lagi torrential bleed. Dibuka, sedangkan dari Haya milik Niel udah cukup jauh untuk
Like this. OG already surrounding the next buff. They're waiting for Nev.
udah behind kayak gini. Oh, ditangkap langsung sama Niel. Welcome to the party.
I believe it's 50-50 for OG against El Manuk. El Manuk is the second name
Oh,
for
he got him.
Cassandra. Nice. Okay. Where's the trade?
We just to get the camp, but maybe we get more. Maybe
It's okay. They get a tower.
2 towers.
Yeah. 2 towers. They get rid of Nev as well, which is the opponent jungler. So now your camp is all free. Nev desperately needs the blue buff as well. He eats mana for breakfast. So this is wonderful.
Jadi Nev bakal ketinggalan banget dibandingkan Tautau. Perbedaan level udah 2 perbandingan kali ini sama Tautau. Lebih unggul 2 level dan Nev radius
Yeah,
dibuka
completely
memang sama
starved.
Tautau juga.
Perfect.
Kalian lihat gimana caranya OG
And 3k. 3k network fleet.
pemain-pemain dari VESAHKA dibikin gak nyaman sama sekali dan maksa supaya ya fightnya harus ngikutin temponya OG.
Lovely.
Kan nyulik ke arah Nef tadi itu menurut aku udah mahal karena mau nggak mau pemain-pemain dari VESAHKA ini jadi harus ngumpul di sana untuk nge-cover just in case Nef itu masih bisa balik selamat. Tapi dia nggak selamat sama sekali, outburst dibuka, OG bisa paksa fight dengan posisi 5 lawan 4.
Iya, nih berat ya teman-teman ya.
Masih mau jojoin?
So the potential win conditions for VESAHKA at this point are completely broken apart. Because the strength of VESAHKA's lineup is that they're able to do like wombo combo. They set the board, ultimate, slam you against the wall, blah blah blah. But because of the level difference, now that damage is kind of like ticklish, and OG can just override them in totality.
Ada yang namanya itu trample. Dan ini dia 6 hero dari 663 sampai saat ini 663 bermain 23 games hanya dengan 6 hero saja. Yaitu
Right. So this one, the stat here in 23 games, there has been 6 heroes used by 663.
Ini mencoba untuk membuka fight kembali.
Oh, Tao
Oi.
is down. Nice.
Terlebih dahulu di
Okay.
dari Tao-Tao. Sangat disayangkan karena udah ada 2 ultimate yang keluar. Junyong
Dao killed Dao.
udah keluar outburst.
Yeah,
udah
Dao Hen.
keluar The Word is my board, tapi VESAHKA
Dao them, real good. Dao.
tumbang di tangan dari Tao-Tao.
Oh
Oi.
my god.
Woo, serious damage.
Pemain-pemain dari VESAHKA
So you know in Chinese, we call it Tao. Tao is actually
VESAHKA
known as knife.
harusnya ini tinggal main
So he is cutting them up.
join sama OG, mungkin mereka masih butuh
Yeah,
Aha.
Dao is fire. Yeah, Dao is on fire, dude.
area tower high ground ya. Dan setelah itu mereka baru bisa untuk getting both fight lagi.
Aduh, Luna tahu teman-temannya strong banget, jago banget sih pakai Luna, gila. Kayaknya kalau misalkan kita ngomongin Luna sih.
Okay, so I'm very curious about this because I think I used to have these thoughts for Dota back in the day, right? So Dao's hero is like a magic-based hero, which means in order to
Kayak kurasa ya.
defend against his potential attacks, you have to build magic defense items, right? But you still have to care about the physical defense items as well. So in Dota, does that constitute like, oh, you actually need a lot more gold in comparison to the usual game where everyone goes for physical damage?
Yeah, like many times you can make it a hard game for a certain type of hero by picking heavy physical and spells that he needs to buy BKB.
Okay.
BKB gives you like the ability, because you have really powerful stuns in Dota, sometimes you have like really powerful team fight spells. One BKB can allow you to fight and feel really impa for like 9 seconds. But if you're playing against a lineup that has a lot of physical damage and strong spells, you can struggle with your first real timing, which might be 1 or 2 items. Maybe this
Okay.
game you need 3, and if the enemy team gets too big, you might still have the same problem. So yeah, it can definitely be a thing where, yeah, like you said, in a game you feel like, okay, I need extra item this game. I need 1 or 2 extra items to be able to play freely. Often you have to try and solve this with other picks to fix your draft. Nothing happening. But yeah,
Tapi ini udah mulai masuk
there are spells and heroes that can give you
menit 10 sampai
survivability, armor, physical resistance. So if you see what's coming, you can also counter pick.
ngebuka.
Okay, so it's similar then. I think obviously the game is simplified in terms of like MOBAs in comparison to the PC titles. But yeah, OG, oh my god, they're on a run. There's no way.
Okay, looking spicy.
Dao,
Bakal coba dikejar.
woo!
Outburstnya nggak butuh ke arah Tyrant. Sementara Rihan bakal maju dengan flash.
Oh, they can't do anything. There's no way.
Sayangnya Junyo outburstnya nggak ada follow up dan dia mencuri ke arah 1 orang. Enix hilang di tangan dari seorang Han.
This is it, yeah? I feel like I watched these games when you die outside base, the other team just ends, but they don't have creeps, I guess.
Yeah, like when they're diving past T3s at the 10-minute mark, yeah, you know it's kind of a difficult battle for VESAHKA, but this is wonderful.
Gila teman-teman, ikut the best highlight ya teman-teman, tahu-tahu itu bagus. Itu Luna apaan? Licin banget. Bahkan
Okay, we cannot finish here, so we go
Not yet,
back.
not yet, yeah.
yang punya Truth Mantra gak bisa ditangkap. Ini
I think the safe play here is, okay, obviously you clear the jungle, and now if they can go for double OBJs, that's wonderful. This is one of the benefits for Ihan's pick, right? Because he's also like a damage dealer. So with this, VESAHKA, even if they don't lose the game, they're going to lose the rest of their tier 3s, which is wonderful for us.
dan juga satu Shadow Tyrant yang bakal langsung diamankan saja. Dan di saat yang sama pergerakan dari tim VESAHKA bakal coba untuk mengganggu.
2 big streams this time, KPL Live in YouTube and Big Daddy in Twitch, yeah.
Tabrak lagi.
So you get the best of both worlds.
Knockback. Namun OG bakal coba untuk menjalankan beberapa minion wave di bagian bawah.
Have you ever watched KPL games, NOTAIL?
Ini dua objektif langsung
No.
dipegang sama OG.
Okay, you should just take like 30 minutes out and watch like one of the KPL games. And then you will start to see the major difference between the discipline of the Chinese teams and the way they itemize and rotate is scary.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there we go.
Iya, dan sekarang di bagian top lane bakal coba untuk di-defense.
Oh, okay, they caught Dalhan.
Crystal, tahu-tahu mulai nge-mark lagi, dia berdansa kembali bagian back lane. Masih ada Growth Ismail,
They can end.
Blazing. Kena juga bridging.
Oh, they can end.
Maju ke bagian depan, bagian belakang bakal coba untuk di-hub.
Nice.
Ternyata Crystal yang nggak ketolong. Dan OG mengamankan game pertama 1-0.
Gila, OG membuktikan kepada kita semua meskipun lawan mereka adalah El Manuk Maca.
Aduh.
Tapi semua
I can pass you the links later to let you have have a sneak peek into the Chinese ones. Because like the Chinese platforms, they're crazy. Their stream hits like 10 million viewers. CCV
Yeah,
is crazy.
wow.
Dia dengan lapu-lapu kan. Bagus juga. Dia tuh nggak terlalu terburu-buru buka regency dan cara dia mainin combo regency sama flashnya itu juga selalu on point. Itu tahu kan bener-bener kayak kamu bilang dia udah nggak bisa nangkep tahu-tahu, dia pun nggak bisa nangkep ke arah belakang karena posisinya ini semua punya
How-
masing-masing.
How Chinese dominate is a tournament? Like if it's a 10 or 12 team tournament, top
It's-
6 or top 10, and how many Chinese?
So they have like a minimum of 20 teams. I think they're more.
Uh-huh.
So what they do is they grade the teams into tiers. So depending on the opening games in a season, your results will
Yeah.
determine which tier you go to. So number one obviously is tier S, and then A, B, C, and then I believe it's D, something like that. And then you will compete in your own tiers individually. And at the end of the season, you will have the champions of each tier, and then they fight for the finals.
Really?
Yeah, it's really interesting, right? So actually, it kind of breeds this kind of cool strategy where I don't know whether it works because I haven't seen it in totality, but maybe you don't shine in the first part of the qualifying season, then maybe you end up in like tier B, something like that. Obviously, the price pool is a little bit lower, but then you can top the group easily and fight for your chance in the last portion of the tournament. And of course, you get paid per win. And if you win clean games against your opponents, you get even more money.
What?
Yeah.
What? How's that measured?
So they are paid by series, right? If you win a series, depending on how you win, what the scoreline is, you'll be paid. And then obviously,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So it's different from 2-1 and 2-0,
yes,
or so on. Yeah. Okay.
Iya benar.
it's a very to me it's a very sustainable model, but also because they have the base capital for it, right? It's one of the biggest games in the mobile sector for the Chinese server, so they make like tons of money.
Bener-bener kayak masak banget, kayak harus bener kayak manfaatin peres banget nih sampai sari-sarinya si tahu-tahu. Ini apa coba? Si tahu kan gak ada.
If OG qualifies for playoff round, will NOTAIL come and watch on the offline stage? No, I think NOTAIL is busy, right?
Apa licin banget nih orang dah.
No travel.
Yeah,
no,
no
I got
travel.
lots of shit to do here.
The boss needs to be bossing.
But I need to get myself to. I gotta go to Indonesia. I want to go to Thailand. I want to go to other places. I've been one time to Japan. It was a good time, but it was very short. I want to go all over Asia, East Asia, all at once.
Yeah, that's definitely a good plan. But is the flights like long for you? Like how long does it take? Let's say you go to Japan. How long is your itinerary?
Oof. I think it's a 24-hour travel day, maybe even a bit more, like 28.
Okay, that's long.
Let's see now. Let me check.
Untuk bisa nyelesain gamenya dengan cukup cepat dari OG.
Iya, dan kalau kita lihat item build juga ya.
Then you have to fly like business class or first class, or do you like
Itu
just
dari
be like us?
Oh, they have a direct flight to Tokyo. I wonder how long it is.
Batam, teman-teman ya. Dan udah behind semua sih.
Hi Milo.
Udah pada behind dari VESAHKA, jadinya emang susah banget buat menangin fight. Niel yang bener-bener kayak funneling goldnya ke arah si Tau Tau, ya udah Tau Taunya maksimal banget dia kaya. Hans juga menang lane lawan Tauhen. Jadi emang kalau kelas lane udah menang tuh enak rotasinya.
Iya benar.
Ya kan?
Klasen tuh sekarang penting banget
Gitu
menurut
Dap,
aku.
maksudnya.
16 hours, 17 hours. Okay, it's not the worst. Or it's still quite bad, but I thought it was more.
Udah marah mungkin. Ya,
Wow.
oh, udah mioger.
But you've definitely done a lot of traveling over the years, right? As a professional player like this, you have to travel for your competitions anyway.
Ini Saka bisa aja kalah sih.
Yeah, I traveled a lot. I probably burned out because of it too. I feel like I probably
really?
I'm sick of tired. Yeah, not like from the game, but like my sense of traveling is burned out. I don't feel like
Okay.
Damage deal dari
going many places very often.
gimana caranya mereka bisa tuker-tukeran untuk
Even for leisure for holiday, I feel like it's better if I can drive. I prefer that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's we went many times. I think we were on the road for like
posisi paling
6 to 8 months, where it was like that for many years. Out of the year, we would be out for 6 to 8 months
Okay.
and home for 4 to 6. So spend a lot of time on the road, all the time at the hotels and airports, and
untuk culik satu dia tahu
yeah.
bahaya dia tugas
I like going places. I like being places, but I prefer to drive if I can. If I
kayak Austerity tadi keculik
if I can dodge the airport experience, I'll do it. Whatever it takes, almost.
Okay.
peranan dari Niel pun di game pertama
I think driving feels nice as well. Like so here legally I can't drive anymore because I have a medical condition. But when I do get the chance, I think driving gives you like a number one a sense of control, and number two is like
Dan mereka jadi kalah gara-gara
to me it's very carefree because you get to choose what you want to do.
dan untuk game
That's for me.
banget mereka membuktikan bahwa OG ini benar-benar impact.
Yeah.
Dan MVP tahu-tahu lah, welcome lah, tahu-tahu.
iya ini udah
I feel like everything is just nice also in comparison to airport.
jadi MVP
There we go.
Unless it's maybe if all airports could be like Singapore airport,
awal ya
I feel different, I think.
fight awal tuh dia
Well, that's a huge ask. That really is a huge ask because I think okay, I have not traveled that much in totality, but I've seen quite a few nice airports. Yeah, it's hard to come by, especially when you're on a rush, I feel.
sekali untuk bisa ngejar ketertinggalan
Yep.
grupnya. Akhirnya tahu-tahu bisa membawa OG di game pertama dengan 1 poin kemenangan.
So when you visited Japan, was it like a Sakura season? Do you get to see that?
Kayak tahu nih strategi apa lagi
What is that?
yang bakal dimainin.
So the Sakura bloom, where there's a specific part, I forgot whether it's Tokyo or something like that, but you get to like take very, very aesthetic photos because like the flowers are blooming, the Sakura blooms, and then like there's petals flying all around. Kind of like the Bleach, what's the guy's name?
Bener-bener kayak nggak ada dua liar.
The Bankai. Yeah, I forgot.
Oke. Karena
Kadang aja
No, but I don't think I got to see that. I got to see
kayaknya tuh sebenarnya
Japanese protest because somebody was cutting down a tree.
Okay.
But the way they protest, it was like so out of what I've seen before. I like it, it was nice, but they were just sitting 20 meters away, letting the thing happen.
Okay.
But then they have a sign saying, I disagree with this, like I don't agree with this.
Okay.
jadinya nggak perlu main di Zankyo lagi.
So polite protesting, I would say.
Yeah, it was super polite. I had a really good time. I feel like the days so I went to visit ISO factory. They were really super nice people I met. Factory looked super in order. I think lots of good things. I think they had a really nice canteen, and I think the work day sounded really intense. Like the work culture in Japan, I think in
Yes, yes,
general
yes.
is probably really intense. But
kalau early-nya nggak
yeah, the food was really cool. I didn't get to try everything I wanted to try. I feel like I was only there for 5 days.
coba mau farming
But it was really good, everything I had. Super, and one of those places where it's super safe. So people also slept on the grass in the street. Nobody cares. Like if you're drunk, you just, pass out. It's okay.
Yeah. They
I
call
like
it,
that.
I think it's called the salaryman salaryman like drinking culture. So like you just work your ass off and then like you just die dead drunk outside.
udah ya udah Byron Pay
Sounds rough.
Yeah, it is. Please never let Nev play Ogren. He has a 100% win rate. Oh damn. Okay, sure. Please communicate that to the OG squad. No Ogren for Nev.
iya
Tapi kalau misalnya Ukyo ditambah sama
How many
Thank you,
games? He played every series?
I need to see the stat if he picks it. But I think Om Cruz knows it, so I don't think they will allow it.
I'll run down actually real quick before draft. I'm gonna get a coffee.
Yeah.
1 minute. Be right back.
Cuma Pei itu juga meskipun udah dari Lapu dia ya
Thank you for the heart, me and the awesomes.
atau mungkin Zhang Fei masih bisa keluar. Ya kan? Zhang Fei tadi di tangan Junyong.
Iya, ada Zhang Fei, ada Lianpo, ada 2 hero tank lagi.
Iya. Cuma kita
I'm trying to keep
nanti draftnya seperti
tabs
apa.
on the camera so that I know that it's not
Ini
off.
ke arah blue pick ya.
Blue side.
Iya blue side maksudnya. Jadi first pick untuk
Hey, VESAHKA doesn't look too broken at this point. A little disappointed maybe game number 1. The idea was not bad. The draft was quite scary to be honest, but they didn't hit the financial and EXP
counter setup.
requirements.
Atau ya Dolia di ban aja sih.
Iya.
Dolia di ban aja. Karena
Dolia
How do you join OG?
di ban
You're good at Clash Lane? No man, you have to, I don't know, trial.
jarang
Yeah, you have to go and find for a trial slot if they're looking.
VESAHKA nih mainin
So generally, from what I've heard of
yang Jen Dolia tuh kayak
professional players and coaches, is that they will open trials, and then I think you have to be like,
yang benar-benar bisa buat
to stand the best chance possible. You need to be within their sights, and to be within their sights, playing peak is one of the core requirements for them.
even dia jago
So if you have a high peak score, people will start to take notice of you.
Sendion draftnya yang kepake.
And then from there, it's same human nature, right? How do you deal with relations? Do you get to talk to the coaches? What kind of value do you bring to the team?
Ada dia.
And then like salary and stuff like that.
Kelihatan.
No technical issue.
Ada Invis lagi ulti.
They have to give the players some time to go into the lobby and then get ready as well.
Dari OG, apakah dia bakal bermain seperti di game yang pertama atau
He can.
arah OG-nya yang bakal dikalahin sama VESAHKA?
Nope. 0-1.
dan
It's 1-0 to OG. OG won the first series. First game.
sama seperti di game pertama. Itu kalau mungkin mereka mainnya kayak gitu waktu minggu lalu main lawan RRQ ya, yang kayak Lihan bilang mungkin bisa aja mereka menang lawan RRQ. Cuma emang
OG is Red Bull, alright.
mereka kuat sih jujur.
Well,
Mereka
I don't know if they have the sponsorship from Red Bull this season.
Kali ini P-nya nggak dilepas, Dolia dibuka sama OG. Mereka tahu nih. Mereka jarang Dolia yang jian.
Okay.
Itu makanya kan
Langsung first pick long,
jarang Dolia yang jian. Dan
Dolia yang jiannya ke OG dong.
kok sampai sekarang mikir kayak aku tuh. Anjingnya di ban.
Okay, OG gets to play the Yang Chen Dolia combination. That's wonderful.
Suatu pilihan yang oke. Auger
Yeah, I think Nua makes sense for OG. Like it's a typical counter against the Lung pick.
mantep ya sebenarnya OG buat dalam mid lane-nya, cuman kita lihat Niel
The question here is, okay, then if VESAHKA definitely knows that, right? Like Nua is definitely one of the potential picks.
pilihan buat OG.
Does OG pick it first though? I'm just curious about that.
Kalau mau ngambil tank sekarang, Ogren,
Oh, they pick it for themselves. Okay.
Nua.
Oh my god, the Ogren. No.
Karena Lapu ini emang hero yang nyusahin banget langsung
Hmm.
juga sama OG. Karena itu biasanya tuh yang bisa ngedeny tuh.
Sustain versus sustain.
Lapu ya teman-teman ya. Sia sih sebenarnya sih.
This is a
Niel nih top 1 dia.
Diadia or Lapu, right? I think for VESAHKA. So either you give them additional shields and defenses, or you just add on onto the heal value.
Kalau shit,
That's one way to deal with Dao Dao. Then the second thing is,
cuma mereka kayaknya juga
does Nev go for like the damage build? Because Ogren you can have two choices, right? You can either build damage build, full damage, which means you have insane lifesteal, or you go full tank.
clear di area mid cepat.
100% win rate Ogren in IKL Spring. How many games did he play? Do you all know?
Clear minion ya di area mid.
You checking the
OG
stats?
Nanti bisa mainin
I'm trying to Google it at this point.
apalagi mungkin fokus biar Ahamnya bisa farming ya. Dan VESAHKA nutup ke arah Hui.
Nev, Ogren,
Buang Yu gitu.
Iya, biar
IKL
nggak
Spring.
Dolia sih. Karena ya Burning Sun Arrow kalau misalkan di early game ya bisa reset ke arah si Hui.
Okay, wait. Let me go to Liquipedia.
Dan dia bisa setup fight dari jauh gitu. Kita ngomongin dari arah Hui. Cuman ngebuka masih ada Renji.
Masih ada banyak sih kayak konsol.
Who's the middle guy that they have?
Ya kan terus
For
The
VESAHKA
character.
or OG?
Chano bahkan Flowborn Marksman
VESAHKA.
juga
VESAHKA, that's Ogren.
buat OG.
Ogren is a jungler.
Iya, OG bahkan
Is that the one you had 100% win rate on?
Yes, unfortunately.
Menurut aku
Fuck.
kontrak
Oi, oi.
We'll see. We'll see.
Leader stats juga masih oke sih. Dan Charlotte untuk Han Ogren. Ini bakal
Oh, there's too many stats here. My God.
supaya bisa langsung nyebrang juga.
Let me
mungkin
take a look at
komunikasi
VESAHKA
bareng
then.
sama Daidia. Jadi Daidia nggak akan dilepas sama OG. VESAHKA.
Ambrosa ada nih buat si
Tauhan.
Clash Tauhan nih. Ada Ambrosa, Fatih
masih
atau
oke.
Ambrosa lah, dua hero itulah buat Tauhan harusnya.
Week 1
Atau Ata.
won.
Ata tank lagi. Ya Fatih kali. Sama Moze ya buat VESAHKA.
Week 2, so that's 2 games.
Mungkin lumayan kuat di mana ada Moze,
3 games.
Long
Nua.
dan Nua.
Kalau mau main cooking berarti dari OG bisa untuk main. Kalau main
No, VESAHKA did lose.
dari VESAHKA.
There is a loss. They lost against Kagendra. Ogren. Game number 3.
Oh, it was fake news all along.
Yeah, it's not 100%, guys.
Karena ada Lupin
Iya, aku
Trap
lebih suka,
ya. Ada serigalanya bisa
Lupin
buat
Trap.
apa namanya ngeblok.
Label them fake news
Chano bisa buat ngeblok Cannon
and
Blast.
sue them.
Di sini Chano jadi pilihan yang mantap banget. Dan apalagi dia menang juga kan match up sama Long kan.
Iya, kalau Flowborn Marksman tuh sebenarnya bisa, cuma kayaknya dia butuh item banget kalau Flowborn Marksman tuh. Jadi ya daripada nanti 50-50 di era late game-nya karena Long juga butuh item. Dia sama-sama
Yeah, but that's like 8 wins.
adu damage
8
item.
wins, 1
Jadi
loss.
mendingan main
It's crazy.
Chano. Chano juga untuk soaring signal sakit banget kan.
8 or 9, right? 85%?
Kayaknya
Yeah, we'll go with that general stat for now. So it's not 100%. At least that's what we know.
Nanti di late game tuh bakal sakit banget dan ya kita bakal lihat aja apakah di sini VESAHKA bisa.
Nev is scary though, as a jungler. Like his persistence as a jungler is quite scary because Nev is one of the players that I notice. It doesn't matter how the series goes. Like he is just the same intensity all throughout. Like he's gonna be aggressive regardless.
Masuk game 1, game 2. Nanti game 3, game 4-nya mereka baru bawa powernya mereka. Ngerti gak sih? Hero powernya mereka.
Kayak musuh tuh dikasih hero power duluan gitu.
I think this is the first time I see Ahans play this character.
Combo-combo atau mungkin
Charlotte. Oh, this was the one that destroyed us last time. The 1v3. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Mereka gitu. Jadi mereka tuh kayak gak pernah worry gitu loh. Cuma karena ini lawannya OG ya menurut aku boleh.
Last pick Chano.
Bisa siapa lagi?
Chano's a good pick. Like in the laning phase, Ahem should do well against Enix because Enix is single target damage burst, right? He can hit a second target with his skills, but that's not gonna be enough because there's gonna be like four minions inclusive of the wolves of Ahem.
Ya mereka jadi harus aware. Tahu-tahu kan jadi nyusahin semua. Karena emang dari arah sini VESAHKA-nya nggak mau assassin teman-teman. Padahal Nev bisa main Luna, cuman mereka nih mainnya udah kayak playstyle-nya buat main buat Enix,
Iya.
bukan buat Nev lagi.
Bener-bener kayak berpangkunya sama Enik banget ya. Kelihatan. Cuma kita bakal lihat teman-teman untuk game kedua. Di mana OG mereka sudah unggul.
This game is really just
Sekarang apakah mereka
junglers.
bisa dapatkan Nev? Udah
Nice. Okay, they stopped Nev from taking that first
What
camp.
the hell is that spell? He built a bridge.
Okay, so that's his first skill. It's called the Path of Passing. It allows him to traverse over walls. And that has a second portion to the skill as well. So if you click it again, it gives him his passive, which is the seer state. So when he's in a seer state, he's able to execute you if you are lesser than 10% of your health. There is no escape from that.
Karena pemain-pemain dari OG mereka
I like the stair concept as a spell.
kasih Ahem farming dulu sampai nanti mungkin dapat level 4 atau
Well, I hope he doesn't get to use it because Ogren used to be meta in the early parts of HOK when it first came out.
Aja karena ada wave breaker. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no beating it. It had a pretty good win rate, especially when the Chinese teams were using it. Like they showed you the prime positioning because of the path of passing the first skill. He's able to weave in and out because he has enhanced movement speed as well. So they show you how to play it to the max.
Oscar karena harus ngedrag gamenya karena late game.
Adata's playing the Trident character. Whenever he plays this, oh my goodness, he owns.
Yeah. So far, it looks like it's gonna be staying true. Okay, ultimate by Nev gives him a little bit of health.
Dan ternyata Nev masih bisa untuk selamat.
Yeah, this is looking good though. Dao should have a wonderful game here.
Dan hampir banget first bloodnya bisa didapatkan. Untungnya Tauhan dan juga Nev mereka cukup respect dengan pergerakan 3 pemain dari OG ke area atas. Tapi tahu-tahu tuh emang early-nya farming.
So OG are actually able to play like the super long range game poke as well. Because Neo's hero, he's able to use his ultimate. His ultimate is called Wings of Judgment. So he shoots arrows out in a singular direction from a very long range.
Kalau kita ngomong dari hero
So once they are low enough, then it's up to Dao whether he can get his first skill, the Hellhound, onto the targets and then jump onto them. If the situation presents itself.
dia nilai plusnya di Jing.
Iya.
Nilai plus Zanki tuh di Jing. Tapi kalau misalkan di hero lain dia nggak sekuat Jing lah. Hero tank dia benar-benar mungkin apa namanya nggak.
Thank you for the follow.
Jangan mencuri. VESAHKA adalah manuk yang invasif. Sampai saat ini mereka jadi pemegang rata-rata tertinggi steal netral monster dengan rata-rata 28,5.
If you own the early game against VESAHKA, your chance to win is big. Okay, that's nice to know.
I haven't. He's playing the. I think it's the first time I've seen him play this character. Also, it's the one that we also lost to.
Who?
The Luna, purple Luna.
Purple Luna? Name of the
Ahem.
Ahem? Oh, the channel? The wolf boy.
It looks like the way he shoots is kind of like Mirana.
Yeah, because he's able, he has his own set of defenses, so his ultimate is called the leader stance. He summons like a bunch of wolves that come out, and the wolves normally tank the damage, so he's very adept at tower diving actually. And the traps he lays, like gives you free vision, activates the soul of the wolves as well.
Dia masih ada soul resonance yang bisa nge-secure armadillo ini. Namun Hans cuma nyari stack aja untuk dia punya splash gradation. Tapi Tyron udah mulai dan udah di zoning juga karena OG udah nyampe duluan.
Iya. Mulai agak sedikit tertinggal ya dari pemain-pemain VESAHKA.
Okay. Oh, no chance.
Oh no! Wait, did we lose it? Oh, no.
No, we got it.
Oh no, we got it. We got it. Okay.
Mereka yang pertama. Keprok pasifnya dari Tau-Tau. Tapi nggak jadi masalah karena hanya dicolek aja sama Tauhan sementara di area.
Wow, this coffee is so damn good. Whew.
Do you grind your own beans or this is like store-bought?
Oh, the machine grinds the beans.
Ah.
Sementara di atas gila 1v1 situation dari Hans.
Like an office coffee maker, but with the beans, so it has like pre-grind. I don't think it does any pressing. I think it just runs the water through. Maybe there is a bit of pressing going on, but
Do you like to mix flavors in your coffee?
I mean, I like occasional mocha, yeah, and also like the milk coffees now and again with different milks.
My algo shows me a lot of weird stuff for coffee. Like they try blueberries or strawberries with coffee. Like they put it into the coffee machine and they grind it together.
Okay, never tried, never heard of that. I mean, I've tried, I guess, some type of weird Starbucks coffee. Probably one of them had blueberry or strawberry in it. But I like the excuse me, peppermint chocolate coffee. That one I've tried. That's really good.
Oh, I like that a lot. Matcha is also one of my favorites. Thank you for the follow, for the sub. Okay, Dao, come on.
Dao cooking. Dao.
He gets a refresh on his ultimate as well. Oh, there's no way. They're gonna lose a T2 here.
Udah mulai bisa dipegang sama OG dari sisi jungle-nya, sementara Ahem pun udah mulai kelihatan di area atas.
Oh, he TP to his tower, to his ally? What happened there?
Okay, so Xerarity's hero is called Nuwa. Nuwa's third skill is a TP skill. It's called Emergence. So you're able to traverse a portion of the map. When you land, you also get a shield. So it can be used as an aggressive tool. It can also be used as an escape mechanism. She's really irritating because her first and second skill creates like these boxes, the matrix. And once they form up together, 4 of them will become one big box. And whoever stands near that box also gets dealt additional damage when her skills pass through it.
I see.
Thank you for the sub. Hi Wagyu.
Iya. Udah gitu dari VESAHKA pun nggak ngambilnya yang punya efek Imperial ya kayak Musashi.
It's a little bit scary though because kind of like VESAHKA are hanging on. Like if you take a look at the goal difference, not too much to talk about.
Nanti untuk teamfight besarnya. Karena baunya Ogran. Kalau Musashi sebenarnya juga susah gampang.
And Nev has cut the level difference by 1. It was previously 2 levels, so oh.
That's some good damage.
Yes, it is. Which one's better in late game, Fatih or Charlotte? Between Daohan and Ehans, I would prefer Ehans hero, Charlotte, because Charlotte has CC immunity when she uses certain skills. when it's enhanced as well. Daohen is kind of like a, I won't say one-trick pony. The moment he uses his ultimate, if he gets stunned, he's gone, right? Because he's very reliant on his flashes to get lifesteal. So I will give it to Ihans.
Si yang Jian jadi tambah kuat dibandingkan sebelumnya karena ada Dragon's Rage juga. Yata masih bisa lah, kadang-kadang ada yang bikin, ada yang juga ada enggak. Augran bisa dibikin juga tuh. Dragon's Rage. Bahkan even Zilo.
Because the draft for VESAHKA is kind of like you have one chance only. The only person that maybe has some room for error is Jinyong. Because Jinyong has his cannon blast, right? So every 5 seconds he gets to shoot one. But you look at Neil, when he activates his ultimate, he's able to move, reposition himself. Oh, almost a steal, almost a steal. Yeah, so if Exarity misses, that's one chance gone. Daohen, there's no way, come on. Ahem.
Yo, no way. He just turned.
Yeah.
That can be good. Oh no.
For now, it just stays as a kill, right? If they can defend this T1, then the damage is limited. Okay, that's okay. But the top T2 isn't looking good. Damn, okay.
Dan di bagian bawah kita bisa melihat dari arahan setelah coba untuk melakukan split pushing karena mereka punya apa ya, winning condition mungkin. Memang harus farming dulu.
So that's the inverse for Daohen. If Daohen doesn't face any stuns, then he can output a lot of damage. And he gets lifesteal from that also. So it's kind of a dangerous situation.
Jujur, agak sedikit membuat Oji jadi bisa di-press balik ya sama main-main dari VESAHKA. Terbukti bahkan tadi di area midnya tuh Oji mereka nggak mau paksain fight. Ahem udah mulai lagi bertemu dengan Daohen. Apakah ingin merasakan secretary blessing yang kedua? Tapi 663 masih coba berada di sana.
Okay, Dao. There's a nice poke. Okay, the wrestling starts. We are at the 10-minute mark, so this is the shadow variance. I think OG will...
Who do you think is going to win this fight?
Depends on the kiting. OG wants to fight. VESAHKA wants to go for the objective instead. Let's go! Come on! Okay, they force out Dragon Boy.
Dia punya lagi side of origins tapi tahu memilih untuk pulang. Dia nggak berani lagi untuk lanjutin fight-nya.
Iya, ini tugasnya Oji adalah
I don't know whether they can make it back on time, especially for Dao. But Ihans is doing good work, so he's pulling their attention. If this goes on for too long and the buffs reset, then both teams will ignore this objective. They will go back and farm their buffs instead.
Oh yeah? What if one team stays with like 2 guys to finish it?
They can try, but that's a huge risk. Okay, but Ihans, that's a nice setup. We can win this, we can win this. Nice! Okay, this should be ours. Dada will kite them. Just zone them away. Okay. Oh, shit! Jinyong missed his ulti. This is a chance to come back. Okay, now both teams have to stop their aggression because the buffs are out. You want to make sure that you get that for your team.
Looks like they go straight for purple though.
OG should be able to withstand it. But I don't think they can get the counter steal. This is gonna be a miracle. Okay, that's fine. Kill them. Kill them. Kill them. Nice. Okay, that's a good start. Nice. Double kill.
Dan infinite fastness dari NX kali ini dipaksa keluar karena posisinya udah gak nyaman banget buat VESAHKA bisa fight. Udah gak ada badan depannya cuma tinggal Nev aja.
Nice zone out. Oh my god.
No.
Terkena annihilation, Asherity berhasil untuk at least ngedapetin 1 trade atas tumbangnya 2 pemain dari VESAHKA.
Waduh.
Okay, okay.
ini berarti
Now they just have to play safe.
coba untuk mundur dulu. Masih ada
They
satu
should be able to deal with
bola
this.
judgment dari Niel. Namun Hans maju for gradation splash.
Hey, Hans!
Flashing out. Coba untuk mundur.
Okay.
Christ, okay.
Satu buah shield redemption yang dibuka juga. Atau mungkin shield dari
So this is the exact situation why you will go for the Tyrant instead of the Overlord first. Right? So even if the opponent team takes away the Overlord, you can punish them with the kills, which is what OG did. And then, you know, VESAHKA were kind of lucky there they didn't get wiped, because Ahem was kind of free hitting the rest of the team. But he didn't have his blue buff, which is why they couldn't continue the aggression.
kiting dulu, ngasih waktu
Okay.
lagi space buat si Enix-nya farming lebih banyak.
Ya, tapi ini udah menit 13, harusnya dari Asiality dan juga Enix mereka harusnya udah punya power spike mereka masing-masing ya. Dan harusnya VESAHKA udah mulai bisa ngelawan sih. Tinggal gimana satu setup yang bagus aja. Mungkin dari Taufen-nya atau mungkin Junyong dengan ada flash dan juga Ting Inside.
But we are approaching
Was
late
that still
game.
on the ground?
Dari OG,
Which one?
Ini mulai harus hati-hati juga kalau
The one that looks like kind of a portal. Not this blue one, but the red one.
dipegang sama
The one that was spinning
It
around.
was kind of, yeah, it was kind of reddish, not like all the way red. It has some white in it and spinning. Not this one. I'll point it out again when it
Okay.
comes.
VESAHKA dari jungle milik mereka. Sedangkan dari
Was it smaller than the one that we just saw?
untuk ke arah Tyrant,
No, it was about the same size as the blade. This one.
Okay.
That one.
So that is the second skill from Junyong's pick, the Mozi. So after he throws a stun, there will be a short duration of additional damage on that circle.
bisa di-trigger karena
Okay.
dari arah pasifnya masih belum
I
ada
see.
dari Tautau ya. Tapi tower tengah udah berhasil hilang. Masih
Late game's a little bit scary.
Tautau bakal coba untuk maju, Tautau ketangkep, masih punya
Okay,
segini,
nice. They can go in for more. The heals.
tapi Tautau bakal di-reset kah bentar lagi karena dia butuh celestial melodinya.
Iya, masih cooldown dari 663. Cuma Tautau sih udah mulai bonyok ya, jujur ya. Ini berat juga nih, pelan-pelan nih buat Tautau. Dia udah mulai kegerus juga dari HP-nya, damage dari pemain-pemain VESAHKA juga udah mulai berasa. Enix masih jauh lebih kaya dibandingkan dari Ahem. Jadi menang gold dari Enix. Tinggal butuh space yang kayak tadi aku bilang setup-nya harus bagus untuk fight dari VESAHKA.
Okay. Just be careful.
Path of Passing udah mulai ngikat
Zoning game again.
pemain dari
I think
VESAHKA ya.
if they can.
Bakal dikontes sama Neva juga Redek.
Oh, okay, nice secure.
Okay, we got it.
Oh, down, down. Oh,
We got one.
shit.
We got one. Holy shit! He blew up.
Bener-bener dingin kan.
Yeah, and it's NX. Can we go again? Come on.
Unleashing the Hound yang connect dari seorang Tautau, cuma Nev adalah target yang terkena Hound tersebut. Jadi kayaknya dari OG mereka bakal lebih memilih untuk
Nice.
masuk
Lovely.
ke arah tower.
They give the Crimson buff to Ahem as well, so now he can deal through damage.
Nev pun pemain-pemain dari OG mereka nggak terlalu
Aha.
dekat sama Tautau, jadi kayak posisinya nggak akan bisa ada follow up cepat. Jadi bermain secara objektif.
Okay, lovely.
OG kehilangan Enix dalam waktu 15 detik lagi. Harusnya OG nggak akan terlalu memaksakan.
Okay, so 50 seconds left on the Primal Bond, where there's a debuff on OG. So this 50 seconds, they'll try to achieve a little bit more around the map. Probably take T2s and just force them away, keep VESAHKA in base. And once they're able to find that momentum, they can then go for the other objective once the
Right, after-
debuff.
Uh huh.
Di arah bottom lane.
Okay, they have done it. So only T3s are left. We have 30 seconds left on the Primal Bond. So OG clear their own jungle, manage the waves one more time, and then they can go for the shadow objective.
Dan ada hal yang positif juga ya. Nilai plus untuk 663 ya. 663 tuh tadi ganti start string juga.
Iya.
Setelah dia itu ganti howlingnya diganti ya. Dan dia langsung nge-heal ke arah Tautau. Jadi emang lebih adaptif juga, dia punya pilihan item. Dan sekarang dari arah Ahem bakal OTW ke arah Ominous Permission. Kelihatan udah ada plate di sana. Dan Hans bakal maju sendirian, coba untuk memancing masa
Okay.
ke arah tim VESAHKA.
Nice.
Cuman
That's a great zoning tool by Neo.
karena Overlord akan mereka segera dapatkan sebentar lagi. Masih ada Lesion.
Oh, damn. Okay,
Oh, he
Exorality
tried.
missed.
Belok sedikit.
Kemana tuh? Ke Jepang tuh kayaknya tuh.
You know what that means? When someone uses the out but is way off, that guy is freaking out. For sure.
Kirain udah sedikit berubah posisi Nagaya.
Yeah.
Aduh sayang banget. Padahal tadi ada kesempatan juga mungkin buat Assurity Annihilation. Cuma karena Annihilationnya gagal, jadi tidak bisa.
Yes, thank you, friends. Please help me tap the like, help me share as well.
Last push untuk OG kah? Mengingat dari Shadow Overload-nya sudah didapatkan. Dan Enix udah mulai kelihatan juga di area.
Yeah, Neo is just going to be a problem now. He's just going to keep poking them from afar. So when the fight actually starts, OG already have an advantage.
Masih dari OG, mereka bakal pressure pressure biar dapetin tower high ground terlebih dahulu. Sementara pemain-pemain dari VESAHKA sama seperti game pertama mereka bakal coba
Oh, the cooldown is so short.
untuk yang kesekian kalinya.
Iya, di sini high ground udah mulai cicil, half HP, Aham.
Okay.
Pukulin terus ke arah high
There's
ground.
T3 at the bottom,
Bakal
guaranteed.
alpha stance, Aham.
Yep, Aham.
Hati-hati Bang Aham, bakal dikejar pet of passing.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Down. Okay.
Dengan side of origins dan juga unleashing down. Wave breaker dibuka, Hans nangkap seorang Tauhan. Tauhan bakal coba untuk
Oh, this is a world of hurt. There's still the Shadow Overlord.
naga besar.
New is just gonna start poking again.
Pertahanan dari VESAHKA. Dia bakal dimanfaatkan, tabrak.
Oh, Dao. Lovely.
Dari Junior
Lovely zone.
satu things in the box, tapi nggak keluar. Masih punya annihilation. Dari sisi kanan kita lihat Hans bakal masuk menahan.
And Ehans is just locking Daohan in a 1v1. Okay, they force the dragon out.
Bakal coba untuk mundur, tapi Tauhan tuh bakal maju lagi. Bertahan di heal Dolia. Hans bakal
Dude, Ehans is just pulling his weight, man, this one.
dari OG gagal untuk mendapatkan high ground milik VESAHKA.
Is there any new player for OG? No, this has been the same roster since the start of the season.
Ini adalah rencana untuk mundur. Tahu-tahu masih ingin lebih. Dia buka set of originsnya.
Hans is a menace. Yeah, that's what we like to see.
Satu buah red buff milik Nas.
Gila, VESAHKA sih masih
Why does he can't ignore him, I guess, on Daohan?
So the reason being is because if you allow, it's the same for both sides. If you allow Daohan into the backlines of OG, Ham 663 and Neo get destroyed completely. It's like a 5-second initiation. The same stands true for Ehans. If Ehans finds the
Okay.
backline on Exariety, Enix, and Jinyong, the game is over. They have no more damage.
dan mungkin menunggu Tempest bisa aja muncul untuk game kedua kita.
Iya, ini sih.
So the safer route is I'm gonna lock you in a 1v1 so that you don't get access into my backlines. Then it's up to the mid laners to deal the long range poke damage, of which Neil is just more efficient because he has the refresh as well.
Jumyong bakal diusir dengan Wings of Judgment dihujani dengan jarum akupuntur milik Neil. Sedangkan Unleasher bakal dibuka lagi, bakal di-spam sama Axior Reti. Hans bakal maju, 3 slash dibuka.
And Exariety throwing the blind ulti is not helping.
Trigger dia punya Heaven Art Form.
Aha.
Neil, dia udah praktek akupuntur teman-teman. Dari tadi buka mulu, nggak tutup-tutup. Dia udah kenceng banget cooldownnya. Neil dikasih blue buff. Ini ngebuat Neil
Marriage buff it is. Well, looks like it. I don't know, something happened.
Dipakai terus-menerus.
Didn't seem to work the other time, but it's working fine right now.
Sementara Tempestnya udah mulai.
And now oh, Tempest game, okay.
Wah, ini dari Hans bener-bener kayak maintain map controlnya supaya di atas itu nggak bisa di-push.
I've never seen it.
Damage-nya
Oh, really?
juga
Okay.
udah mulai sakit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're gonna see it because OG wants to end the game now.
Masih punya Cannon Blast dari Junyong. Infinite Fastness dibuka untuk disengage dari Enix. Dan
Okay.
high ground dia remit
Yep. There's a clean base.
Sementara mereka udah mulai
That's a huge hemorrhage.
area Tempest pertama.
Thank you for the heart me, Bariza. Welcome back.
posisi udah enak banget ya. Dari OG masih punya high ground tower. Mereka bisa dibantu dengan yang namanya itu super minion yang bakal didorong sama Hans juga di bagian top lane. Fighting dulu nih.
If OG qualify for KWC, is the roster still the same? Yeah.
1 sampai 2 orang masih datang.
I don't think this roster is strong enough. Well, the import regulations, bro.
Passing dari arah Neff terlalu berbahaya. Junyong
Okay, you will get to see it. They should have this. Nobody's able to make the steal.
tapi zoning tidak berhenti. Dari OG dan itu dia.
Nice.
Dari
So
Oh,
how's
Ehans.
this buff different? Oh no.
That's fine.
Dead.
terlalu jauh.
Just no one else die, please.
Apa yang terjadi? What happened, Ayanon?
Iya, padahal posisinya dia nggak perlu motong pemain-pemain dari VESAHKA sih, karena udah di zoning. Tapi Neff mencoba bertahan.
Yes, good point, Mitai.
Cuma
Yeah, they're new, so it's not expected to be as strong right now. Yeah, of course. Every team has a growth period.
lumayan memberikan damage ke arah Niel. Tapi lagi-lagi Wing of Judgment yang kedua.
Hey, but they're doing this against VESAHKA,
Wings
guys.
of Judgment.
Dari VESAHKA. Bener-bener dikasih
How's VESAHKA standing before this match?
I think they were top 4.
jawab terus sama OG. Dibuka Wing of Judgment ya kan.
Yeah, they were top 4. They were above Dominator and Kagendra, I believe.
Dan sekarang udah masuk ke menit 2.
No. They lost against Kagendra, but top 4 at least.
Itu masih main sabar-sabar aja dari kedua belah tim. Kayak adu sabar gitu sih.
So they're on top of OG.
Mungkin ya mistake.
Mencoba untuk disiplin ya.
Iya.
Dan ini kadang-kadang juga dari ultinya si Niel nih, Wings of Judgment di reset sama
Iya.
6-3.
Oh, they gave the refresh to Neo, bro. He's poking the shit out of them.
Mereka selalu
Oh, let's go.
Niel dengan Wings of Judgment-nya.
Okay, so let me break down. The Tempest Dragon, once you take it, you will summon Tempest Vanguards, which are the orange dragons that you see. These orange dragons are imbued with the ability to stop your turrets from attacking when they are in range.
Oh, okay, okay. But this is the last one they have, right? From this buff.
Yes.
Oh, they got one more coming.
That
Okay.
one, no way. You don't do this like that.
I have no. It's a trade.
We win. We win. We should be able to win.
Oh, him didn't even die. I thought he died. Holy shit.
Yep, he has first
Resurrecting.
life. Yep. It's fine. They have many more lives to offer. Come on.
All right, Crystal.
Yeah,
Crystal.
there we go. Didn't even get the finish. Wonderful.
VESAHKA kembali tertinggal. Itu padahal udah bagus banget satu buat tim inside the box-nya.
Now the predictions are
Kayak udah di-press satu
not all of them wrong yet, but it could still be 3-2.
Yeah,
Or someone
Rookie is still in the
predicted
game.
3-2 for VESAHKA. Yeah.
ada disrupt dari Naga. Cuma
Lihan and Momo, what are you guys doing?
ya kan dia nggak punya event fase, dia pengen coba untuk at least nih clear.
Yes, GG. Well done to OG.
Tapi masalahnya dari OG
GG.
mereka paksa fight. Mereka pengen paksa fight, mereka pengen end secepat mungkin gitu.
Kurus is also praiseworthy to be able to raise them like this for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, that's what we've been saying. Kurus is one of the smartest coaches in the game. And here's the silent benefit. So Kurus used to play AOV as a professional, and we're having the AOV and HOK collab for KWC. So can you imagine how powerful OG will be? All the strats from AOV, we know. Yang Chen Dolia is too OP. There's ways to break it, but yeah, not with the current standings in terms of how the game went, because they didn't have the gold advantage, they didn't have the map advantage. Like they got the kills, but they couldn't convert. So there was no like big turrets loss, there wasn't a big objective loss. So that's what that went to the benefit of OG. Yeah, dying is not a bad thing. Even if the opponent team kills you, but they can't find a trade or a benefit off of that kill, then that kill counts for nothing. It's just gold transference. That's all.
Karena posisinya kayak apa ya? Giliran yang misalnya posisinya let's say
But his team was always the runner-up, losing to WeRaw and Ehans back in the day when they were part of EVOS.
konsisten banget.
Well, that was back in the day. That was the past.
Tiba-tiba
The future is now.
Dan kita akan melihat highlight juga teman-teman ya di game kedua, game yang
The future is now.
panjang ya,
I like that.
2 menit ke atas. Tapi OG membuktikan kayak permainan disiplin mereka untuk bisa saling sapa.
I saw this quote like
Buahkan hasil.
earlier today. Let me find it.
Really?
And I
From where?
my TikTok is unexpectedly very inspirational. So the line was, yes, you will arise from the ashes, but the burning comes first. For this part, darling, you must be brave.
Oh, I thought it was a future is now quote. But this is what
Okay,
walk into
bamboozle
burning
you.
flames. Okay.
Lumayan tantangan sih buat VESAHKA yang dimana mereka main tuh selalu sama Enix dan sekarang nggak
Because every team kind of struggles at the start, right? So that's the burning portion of the growth. But once you survive that burning portion, you stay grounded and you learn from your mistakes as you should. Yeah, definitely you'll be stronger. And I think I can afford to say this at this point because we're 2-0 up. They kind of dismantled VESAHKA in the first 2 games.
Yeah. Looked really good. I mean, the second game was a bit more close, I guess. It was one of the longest games I've ever seen in HOK. But from my point of view, it looks like OG playing super solid.
They have.
Not going. I would say it looks very objective based what we're doing.
I think
Towers are dying. We're not overextending for kills. We're going for camps.
generally that's like the creme de la creme play style of Honor of Kings. It's rare that we get to see games won off of like pure team fighting at this stage of HOK.
karena kalau misalkan di Infinite Fase dia nggak punya damage dealer kan.
Iya.
Dan dia tuh bener-bener lembek banget kalau kita ngomongin loh.
I like MKL more since they're neck and neck, unlike MKL which is one-sided most of the time.
Bisa jaga posisi pada akhirnya. Tahu-tahu di sini
There's benefits for both.
dengan sangat baik.
As a caster, I like tight knit series. where you know it's really like one decision kind of changes the game.
Lapunya Dolianya bahkan nggak mati sama sekali buat dia main Dolia.
NOTAIL full smell? What do you mean?
Iya, dia kayak mainnya apa ya? Mainnya udah nggak terlalu yang buru-buru gitu.
Iya
63.
663 ini.
Kayak dia dulu tuh kalau misalnya dia di RRQ ya.
What will they do with the difference of support items from AOV and HOK later in EWC?
Iya.
Oh, actually, that one I'm quite curious because in AOV there is one support item that helps you cleanse the entire team, but it's not in HOK. So if they do bring that item over, I tell you, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, I went back to play
AoE
AOV.
purchase your own team.
Yeah, cleanse your whole team, whoever is in range. So it's kind of like a team. What's that called? What's the blue color item? The blue color orb that you guys have that blocks one skill usage. I forgot the name all of a sudden.
What? You talking about Dota?
Yes.
One skill usage? You talking about raindrop?
There's a blue color item. There's a blue color orb that you can place on your teammates or you can use it for yourself. It blocks one skill usage. Oh my god, it's
Oh,
I freaking know
Lincoln's.
this. Yeah,
Are you
Lincoln.
talking about Lincoln's?
Lincoln Sphere.
Ah,
So it's kind
it
of
took
like
me a
a
while. Sorry,
Lincoln,
okay.
Lincoln Sphere for the whole team.
okay. But Lincoln, you need to have on you before the spell is cast. Is it the same here, or does it like retroactively cleanse also?
You choose a timing, so you choose when to activate it.
Okay, so you can put it and activate it.
So the stun, the skill needs to happen first, then you use the item.
Okay.
Oh, you meant smile because OG is 2-0 against VESAHKA. Okay, yes, of course he's smiling. Why will you not smile if you're winning? What the hell?
Dan akhirnya mereka bawa long
Onkurus built OG's gameplay a little bit similar like BTR last year.
nggak berfungsi, nggak efek bahkan late game di mana ini udah jadi
I would argue that because the old BTR was like the old Bigatron was, let's give the best game possible for Zankyu, and then the team thrives. But that's not the same here, right? I can see the similarity where yes, if Dao gets an advantage, OG performs really well, but the other players from OG have also stepped up, right? Ahem and Ehans in particular, Neo as well. Like it's more of a full team composition rather than one player being the focal point. If OG advances to KWC, will NOTAIL try HOK?
If I try to play, I should.
Yes, he will.
But playing on the Western servers, how does it work? How long will it take me to find games?
Pretty quick. There are quite a few players in the Western world.
Okay.
We have a caster that's from the UK. You can play with him.
Okay. There's no benefit. There's no pay to win, right?
No. The pay to win is for skins. If you want to look
Just
flashy while you win.
pay for skins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Blam. So Blam is on our English broadcast as well. He's one of our co-talents. He's gonna carry you. He plays the jungle and the farm lane.
Kalau OG bisa nahan 2-0 kayak gini, mungkin mereka bisa juga.
bisa naik ke 5 kayak si OG-nya. OG bisa naik ke 5.
And the servers on the Western world are pretty, or just in general, the servers across the board for HOK are pretty stable. So you can play like, Blam did try to play with us. So he is in the UK, like the Europe server, and I'm in the Southeast Asia server, but the ping is like maybe 100 ms. It's not too high. You can play. It's playable. So we can actually play together.
Okay. Damn.
Bring BKB to HOK. Oh, you know what? I would love that. I would love BKB in HOK. But it must be exactly like Dota, where BKB you go like giant size.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of charm when you get bigger with BKB. Also, it's a statement. Like you don't just spend 4K gold to become magic immune. You spend it to become a little bit bigger model size. You know.
And
Makes sense.
Arganims? Oh, bro, if they have Arganims and like we get special effects for the ultimates, Yeah, imagine the hero's
Ah,
ultimate.
wow.
Shit. Okay, yeah, that is good. We should bring that to Tencent.
Iya.
Can we get
That's a good
BKB and
concept.
Arganims?
Sebenarnya jawabannya tuh ada.
Ya, tapi kalau misalnya Vesakanya Blue Side lagi, first pick lagi misalnya, let's say.
Pay kayaknya. Kalau misalkan Vesaka first pick, mereka bakal nggak nge-ban Pay, mereka bakal ngambil Pay, mereka udah pasti bakal
Oh iya.
mereka udah secure Lapu juga buat Vesaka, jadinya sebenarnya win-win solution kalau misalkan mereka.
So, I want to tell you something about the new update for our current patch that we're playing on for the tournament server. So, you know Rubik?
Mm-hmm.
Ya,
Kayak maksain dia supaya
Yeah.
bisa
So, Rubik steals one ability, right?
Oke, Blue Side buat
Mhm.
The last use ability.
HP-nya nggak
So,
bakal
the
di-ban.
the newest hero in our patch now is called Yango. The way that hero works, he steals the entire kit of the hero.
What?
All
Okay,
skills.
a bit like Morphling.
Yeah.
Morphling does the same thing, but without stealing the ulti.
So we steal everything, but you have a 10-second time frame.
yang kemarin habis kalah sama RRQ
Yeah. Okay.
bisa kalah 2-0 duluan.
What's the cooldown on the spell?
It's based on the number of shards. So the ultimate is activated by the number of shards you collect. You need to collect 50 to be able to transform to a hero. And in order to collect it, you have to land your skills on any of the opponents. So there is a chance, 30% chance to get a shard from the heroes that you hit with your attacks. So it takes quite a bit of time.
Okay. How many shards can you carry
150.
on this guy? So you can have 3 of those saved up.
Yes, but you can only activate
wow.
it once, one at a time. And then you have to wait for the cooldown.
Yeah,
to
of course.
ultimate. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the cooldown?
It's pretty long. I think it's like 40 to 50 seconds.
Salut sama
Uh huh.
Rightly so. There's no way you give that ultimate for like 30 seconds in a mobile game. No way.
terutama untuk di Indonesia ya. Mereka kayak udah juara dikit biasa
In AOV, we have an item similar to Satanic in Dota. I don't know if we have one in HOK. The common spell is similar to Satanic. Frenzy. So you get like increased
buat player-player tuh respect sama dia. Itu sih yang
stats, and you also get increment in your lifesteal ability.
Kayak dari BTR itu berubah gara-gara si Kurus ini. Kayak dengan berubahnya Zanq yang sekarang gameplaynya udah nggak
Okay.
bisa
I'll take this chance to clean my table. One moment.
tim mau jalan di mana. Kayak Zanq kan awalnya kan juga nggak langsung.
Kurus is like Alex Ferguson. I find that so funny because I understand the reference. Yeah, he was a goat, bro.
Buat lapu-lapunya. Dan karena nggak ada Dolia yang Jian history buat Vesahka ini yang bikin berat, dan ini jadi ngebuat kayak
So I was introduced to football with
Dolia sih
Manchester United.
mainin
Yes.
Jian yang enggak. Dan Vesahka
And back then, like those were the glory days for Manchester,
buat diambil sama
like the red side of Manchester.
Zhangfei.
menurut aku ini ya.
I don't know. I have not watched like football in years, like an actual full match. So I'm no longer caught up with football across the world.
Mungkin bisa fade atau
Iya.
mungkin
But World Cup's happening, so that's cool.
mungkin si Ukyo ini emang Ukyo Tachibinir ya.
Ganti nama tuh. Tachibini.
Tachibinir. Sedangkan udah ada Yuhuan dan
Okay,
juga
is this like the killing blow? Can we finish the game here?
udah deh dia nge-pick
That would be a statement, and like OG racks up the points as well with a 3-0 sweep.
terus
But this is a pay by run from VESAHKA. Nev's pay is kind of scary.
punya Cica lagi di sini. Enak banget buat OG. Gak banyak pilihan. Ini ban-ban nih. Hero-hero apa yang bikin gue susah gue kill nih? Di Renji kita ban. Chano.
It's more comfy here on the YouTube side. Why? What's wrong with TikTok?
Ada Outburst, ada
Iya.
Renjin. Hero yang bisa lepas CC, Renji harusnya bakal masuk ke ban listnya OG atau mungkin Renji.
I hope I've balanced out the audio well. That's the thing. Like multi-streaming is a challenge because like every platform has different audio settings. So I might be louder on like YouTube or I might be louder on TikTok. Depends. You have to like listen in to find out.
Vesahka ini udah banyak banget. Junyong tuh pakai Yuhuan gitu buat roam.
Iya.
Di sini OG masih
This one has to go into the room, right? I think you wanna
Menurut aku kalau misalnya Vesahka mau ngambil
you already have sustenance from the Yuhuan. I think it's time to get more damage in.
support ya ternyata ya di ban ya.
karena nggak cuma
There's no lapu for the trade though.
dari
Okay, finally started. Nice.
dia juga nyebelin sih.
What
TikTok's
is
forced me to
happening
go
with the
for TikTok.
draft?
So VESAHKA is taking the Tiger. with the Mace guy, Byron. So that's the stock standard combination. And right now the potential mid laner or roam is Yu Huan. She is a big healer for the team. So there's a very strong sustenance on the side of VESAHKA. OG,
Okay.
they're going for a bit more of a sharper pierce. So they have damage from Ahem, from Dao Dao, and from Neil. And they're hoping that the Zhang Fei pick, which is the beast, is able to fortify their defenses. So it's a trade of, it's a war of attrition, essentially, for hit points and shield.
Mhm. And now they take the Mirana character, jumping wolf guy. Who's this? I don't know if I've seen this one.
Lady Chen. So she's able to throw, her first skill sets a small icicle portal on the floor. If she steps into it, she goes invulnerable, but it deals damage also. Her second skill is called Flowing Sight, so she throws like a little ball of ice that bounces in between targets. If you get hit by 3 stacks of her skills, you'll be frozen in place for a second. And then her ulti is like a big freezing field.
Okay.
So the sustain game is very scary from VESAHKA. So OG, if they want to fight, it has to be a pick-off strategy.
Dapat momentum turut mantra dulu sih yang paling penting sih.
Karena sebenarnya strategi menang lawan VESAHKA tuh incer Enix.
Iya.
Enix mati kelar.
I think OG will play it smart by just doing the same thing, which is just play the macro game, right? We get the objectives. Because if you fall into the strategy of like trying to team fight your way out, unless there's a numbers advantage or cooldown of skills, OG shouldn't win those fights. You have the UG Itadori. Yep. I love OG team coach because he's unique and he thinks out of the box. Yeah, that's why we love Om Kurus.
3-0 Israel kah? Atau VESAHKA? Mereka akan menahan match point di tangan dari OG.
Ehans and 663, either they're gonna be like heroes or this might be a 0 game here for them.
Ini match seru banget jujur guys. Kalau kalian nggak nonton sayang banget. Dan ini menarik sih teman-teman. Kalau misalkan kalian udah ngikutin Wirau sama Hans, mereka tuh nggak pernah pisah dari pertama kali kita bertemu.
Tapi ternyata
Mereka berpisah tuh udah kayak mereka bertahun-tahun tuh selalu bareng. Ganti tim bareng, Hans pergi.
The first part of the fight for OG is going to be difficult if they cannot get past Daohen and Jinyong. So the support and the Clash lane, the solo laner. Because they have huge amounts of sustain. If you cannot get past the wall that they built, then OG loses the fight.
Is there anti-heal items or abilities?
Yes. So one for physical and one for magical. Physical, you have Mortal Punisher, but I don't think they will be buying that item. For mid laners, they will buy Venomous Staff. So that is a core item for mid laners. Defense-wise, you have something called the Blazing Cape. So it gives you both physical and magical defense and lowers healing by 35%.
Otak jauh banget guys, lihat guys, itu dia ngambil campnya Nef dia. Dicolongin sama OG.
What about barrier? Can you dispel barriers in in any way?
Magic and physical pierce. But that normally comes in the later part of your build. I don't think you will get to see a lot of pierce builds early part of the game. Because early parts of the game, you want to play, like you want to trade in terms of your hit points, right? So having defenses like health and armor is definitely more important.
cuma emang jadi ini ya, cukup jebelin ya dari OG ya. Mereka awal-awal udah invasi loh, ini Niel sama si Hans. Kayak maksain supaya Nefnya tuh, nggak ada, aku punya ayam, hilang, siapa yang makan ayam aku?
Oh, this could be good.
Yo, what? Where is he flashing to? Shit, no!
Oh my god, he almost turned on us.
Okay.
Yang dibuka juga sama Tao. Trade terjadi.
That was scary.
Mata dibalas dengan mata.
Uh-huh.
Iya, itu salah flash dari Tawannya. Ya mungkin pemain-pemain ini juga kaget tuh kok di flash ke depan. Wah.
That was a nice knockout from New. That flash was kind of weird though from Daohen. I'm not sure why he tried to flash into the side of OG. But this is also benefit for Daohen's ultimate. So Daohen's ultimate, the more members that are around him, the bigger shield that he generates.
Iya. Dan tahu-tahu yang dapat first bloodnya, duitnya. Jadinya sebenarnya meskipun triknya sama, cuman gold gainnya bakal lebih gede tahu-tahu. Kelihatan di bawah tuh guys ya, dari tahu-tahu itu punya 1.900 sampai hampir 2.000. Sedangkan dari Nef,
What is your dream roster in Honor of Kings, but you choose only in IKL roster only? Wow, that's a tough question, man. I'll answer you later.
Masih ngasih space ke arah Enix untuk bisa ngambil ke arah satu buah armadillo. Tapi dari 663
Does your IKL roster include imports or no?
outburst yang bisa dibuka. Tapi sudah ada Laurel Bloom juga dari Ahem.
You asking me something?
Clear cepat
No. Chat. They're asking me to pick a team, form a team with IKL players.
iya, ketemu Yuhan emang tinggal digenjreng-genjreng aja. Living Saver harus dipaksa pakai karena emang interval skillnya lebih cepet Tragic Beauty dibandingkan dia punya Living Saver. Karena Living Saver maksimal aja 8 detik cooldownnya teman-teman dan ngasih shieldnya 4 detik doang. Sedangkan Tragic Beauty ya aku lupa berapa detik ya.
Okay, neck and neck.
4 second. Oke, 4 second. Kayak bentar banget lah bisa di spam soalnya. Dan sekarang bakal kita
So now the objective's gonna spawn soon.
juga melakukan turning out ke arah Ruby katanya. Melihat adanya seorang Axiority yang berjalan.
Yeah, it's a race to clear your camps, to make sure you maximize your gold before you actually try and fight.
Sedangkan di sini kalian sering lihat juga kenapa dari tadi
Mhm.
selalu nge-spam juga buat dia punya Laurel Bloomnya buat farming ya. Karena emang biar gak ke-pressure lane-nya dan emang cooldownnya bentar aja gitu. Dan cepet banget buat ngambil stack dari arah Erin. Dan buat awal-awal emang cuma sedikit, paling berapa sih?
Okay, Ehans is in a nice position, but he got spotted out already.
18 yang gue ingat kalau misalkan Erin dia punya Laurel
Oh, we have the number? No, we don't have the numbers.
dan langsung aja
Okay. They want to force
5v5.
Daohen to use his ultimate.
sudah mulai maju. Outburstnya bagus banget.
Okay, nice. Holy shit, they deleted Nev.
Nev keluar dari arena. Bakal ditabrak lagi masih ada Tauhan yang terjebak dalam nostalgia tapi itu dia bantu.
That's
Daohen's
fine.
gonna die.
That's fine. Oh, nice. Holy.
Bakal dibayang-bayang oleh Niel. Ditabrak lagi coba untuk mencari untuk lebih. Gak mau. Tahu-tahu gak mau. Jangan greedy. Dan OG akan coba untuk mendapatkan tower di bagian mid lane.
Oh iya 663 juga nggak mau lanjutin.
Plus, this is a T1. Oh, nice. Shit, Dao, you're so good.
Enix dan juga Jonyong yang tumbang di tangan dari Niel karena ada follow up yang begitu cepat dari Niel. Wah itu
Oh, this one's so painful.
banget sih 663 sih. Dia motong dari
Damn.
di situ, bam. Ya kan, tahu
We
tuh
took everything
paksa.
except the. No, we took everything. What the hell? We took a T1. We took both their camps, their buffs. We took the Tyrant as well. And we took
I
like.
think they got the red buff, but I think he killed the guy with the red buff and took it from him. Is that how it works?
Yes. So he.
Because I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He got the red buff after the kill.
Abis kanan.
Yeah, the farm laner was
Crazy
the one.
though.
That's crazy.
Sama Hans.
Jadi ini jadi L tengah L.
The conscious decision to reposition himself so that he could get the full range of ultimate onto both the support and the farm laner was crazy.
Ternyata tidak. Di bawah masih ada bantuan dari Tautau. Lupin Trap bakal coba di spawn. Masih punya Sasami Yuki juga. Dari arah Tautau, 3 orang di bagian bawah harusnya nggak bakal dipaksa lagi Tauhan ya spawn.
Damn, 2,000 gold advantage off of one play. That's insane.
Yang sama di arah top lane, ini Aham bakal dapetin tower dengan sangat free. Ahamnya free hit, free farm. Ini harusnya enak banget OG.
If OG wins 3-0, it'll be a good mental boost for OG before meeting Kagendra.
Posisi
Yeah, for sure.
main Renji ya, free farm banget. Jadi bener-bener diincar juga sama pemain dari VESAHKA kayak
Yeah, 3-0 looking very possible.
permainannya tuh si 663 Niel sama si Tautau aja. Sementara tugasnya dari Hans adalah
And the drafting style has changed, right? OG's draft. Oh, nice.
Mereka dorong langsung dari Anjir. Dari seorang Niel kali ini sementara Truth Mantra dari Hans sempat didodge dengan satu buah unending power
Lovely.
dari Jonyong.
Oh, such a good play.
Tidak ada yang tumbang meskipun percobaannya
Okay,
udah
Dao, please don't die.
banget. Dan Tautau udah mulai invasi lagi ke area birunya kali ini. Tauhan nggak bisa untuk menyelamatkan
Who got
biru. Dan Nev masih
Okay,
bisa
Nev got it.
karena dengan satu buah smite di sana. Cuma ada Laurel Bloom dari seorang Ahem kali ini ngepoking pemain dari VESAHKA memaksa supaya Nev dan kawan-kawan mundur dari area jungle-nya mereka sendiri.
Oh, 2000
Wow.
gold. Langsung ambil overlord untuk tim OG dan VESAHKA tertekan.
OG is just crazy efficient. So what happened right before that? One of the big things that they achieved was they forced Jin to use his ultimate early, and that makes it even more difficult for Nev to go in because now your potential turnaround condition has been taken away, right? Jin Yong doesn't offer you the heals anymore.
Gitulah ya. Keseharian saya ya teman-teman ya.
Cuman di sini harusnya bakal OTW ke arah Blood Rage kah itu? Item dari Tautau atau mungkin ini, Pure Sky.
VESAHKA needs Raven so bad.
Bakal coba untuk nge-push beratin ke bagian
What is that?
So Raven is the old farm laner for VESAHKA, but I think there were contractual issues, so he could not play. He hails from Singapore as well.
masih ada satu buah mon full tempo juga dari Junior. Ini ke-trigger dong ada di serunya.
He destroyed me in a community tournament.
Satu red buff
Wow.
bakal dilindungi oleh tim VESAHKA. Dan ternyata dari
Oh, they're just pulling the strings, man. VESAHKA are being pulled all across the gorge.
VESAHKA benar-benar dimiskinkan oleh teman-teman dari tim OG Esports. Dan Tower di bagian top lane juga udah kecicil, harusnya bakal easy banget untuk didapetin sama OG. Tahan cari mana.
Nice.
Dan Enix still farming, blue buff udah gak bakal bisa di-secure.
Gila.
It feels like it's already 10 minutes, but like it's not even 10 minutes. And OG, they're playing like they have the shadow versions of the buffs. That's crazy.
Masih bisa kayak satu tuker satu, skirmish gitu kan. Tapi ini posisinya susah. Dari naik pun ya sebenarnya kayak snowball sih. Karena momentum satu di
I also don't think I saw Dado play this character before. Can that be true?
Uh,
bagus.
I think he might have played it once before, but it wasn't win. And then for this one, so this pick is called Ukyo Tachibana. He is a known counter against Nev's pick, which is the Tiger Boy, right? Similarly, because they have huge bursts, they have high lifesteal as well. And both of these heroes, when they have the level and gold advantage, they're practically unkillable unless you have stuns.
Dia bikinnya tank sih, harusnya gak bakal gampang mati ya.
Iya.
Sama si Nev. Dan juga Enix benar-benar miskin guys. Dia baru jadi 2 item berarti ya. Tadi di Blade sama di Brinker.
So now VESAHKA are stuck like in between a rock and a hard place because their number one stun will come from Dalhan, but Dalhan needs to make sure that Ehans does not access the backline. So his ultimate, his second skill stun is always reserved for a singular target.
Tapi karena ini Chano juga sih. Oh, langsung ada flash out dari Tauhan menghindari.
So it lowers the aggression from VESAHKA by quite a lot. And then you have Neil, who is playing the Mai Shiranui. She's famous for getting very nice knockups, like AoE knockups and huge burst damage potential as well. So Jin Yong has to keep his eyes on Enix as well as Exoriety because they're doing a 3-man rotation to make sure that they don't get taken down. So OG at any point of time is always able to burn resources from VESAHKA before the fight actually starts.
Ini emang harus dibuka sih, harus dibukain semakin karena udah mau masuk ke menit 10. Tyrant ini harus diambil. Dan ini dia posisi
Like Neil's just using a first skill to force an ultimate out of Jin Yong. That's how scary it is.
VESAHKA.
Hans langsung naik ke atas karena mereka tahu VESAHKA pengen ngambil ke arah overrotate.
Okay, now VESAHKA can't take the Shadow Overlord
Dijagain
as a trade.
di depan naga ungu, Nangu ada aku yang botak.
Itu dia si Gundul.
So for these 80 seconds, there's no way we go for it, right? Because the debuff is so strong.
We can.
It's
we
better
can,
to-
but it's
You
never
still go for it?
not worth the risk unless you have like absolute map control, which means 3 crashing lanes, and then maybe if you force out the smite from Nev, then I feel that would be safe.
Kali ini bakal coba dimajuin lagi.
Okay,
Or you kill them.
or that. Make them come.
Dengan
Uh-huh.
satu buah Forbidden Domain langsung mengusir Tauhan menuju ke arah belakang, masih ada shield.
Lovely.
Dan satu buah proyektil lagi bakal dilemparkan Tauhan, electric charge-nya juga dibuka. Dan di sisi lain kita lihat Niel bakal dikejar sama Harimau, dia bakal coba untuk ke-dodge.
Okay. They think Neil's the problem. They can't even catch him.
Tapi itu dia dari Tautau. Coba untuk maju lagi, Swift track-nya masih belum connect.
Your base though, T3 at the top. Oh, they're throwing all their ultimates. Oh, holy shit.
Oh my god, they're all dead. Oof.
Whew.
Oh, and the throne dies so damn fast. 3-0.
Yeah.
Nobody
clean.
called that, huh?
Yeah, nobody believed.
Maybe they should put us on the panel next time
Oh,
for
for sure,
predictions.
for sure. And you know what? If we request, they will.
Dihantam habis-habisan.
I could have predicted this.
Dia nggak ada sama sekali untuk VESAHKA bisa ngebalikin.
Thank you, Rain. Thank you for the army.
See.
Yeah.
Dia di Notil.
Parah banget. Om Notail, lihat nih katanya circle.
Okay, Balagendras.
Aku by data aja sih.
They're in for a
Jago banget kan, harus
tough time.
OG-nya improve sih.
So Balagendras are the fans of Kagendra.
Sama media prediction, mostly didominasi sama VESAHKA yang harusnya bisa
Nice game, OG. You lost 2,000 prediction coins.
Tapi kedua
Well, how dare you?
bilang
You don't vote against OG.
Cuma maksudnya
paling
Vesaka
bagus.
tuh secara data pun
Stabil.
Thank you, Rain,
aja Enix bisa
for the 10 TikToks and the 11 roses.
Siapa yang menyangka Vesaka tuh mereka bisa kalah sama OG di 3-0 ya.
Absolute OG. Yeah, there we go.
RRQ teman-teman. Berarti RRQ improve juga kemungkinan.
Iya.
Ini bakal menarik banget play-in-nya.
Damn, that's a pretty solid performance. Yes, that was good.
Aku bisa ngeliat ini udah ada ultimate battle di kepala aku ya. Siap-siap emang namanya.
Easy 3-0. Easy.
Ini mana mau? Ya,
The man said it himself. Easy.
Kalian harus benar-benar nonton banget guys. Ini benar-benar seru banget.
banget
Karena
kayaknya.
kalau misalkan
Vesahka gameplay was being read open by Om Kurus. Oh yeah, they read them like a book.
problem apa yang dihadapi Vesahka sampai mereka nih mainnya lagi
Early game
iya early game memang mereka selalu masalah sih.
dan memang masih kelihatan Enix center.
Their draft is so good.
Emang masih kelihatan Enix.
Yeah, the counterplay. I think the main difference is like for this particular series, OG came with the counter drafts. It wasn't OG trying to set the pace. They always allowed Vesahka to get the first pick.
Sampai akhirnya dia punya
In a way, Vesahka kind of destroyed themselves because they were the ones that were choosing the sides for the next game, right? So when you lose a game in the series, you get to pick which side you want to start on. So Vesahka picked blue all the time. So they kind of dug their own grave, I would guess.
Selalu kalah di early game habis itu tiba-tiba ntar kayak di mid game mereka ada mid round call ya.
But the next match, how to say in terms of standings, doesn't matter.
No. At this point, the standings no longer matter. OG already
For
guaranteed
either
top.
team. For the enemy also.
For Kekendra, yeah, they are also in a very nice position. So all the teams here will have already kind of solidified their positions in top 6. So OG is in top 6 guaranteed right now.
But they don't need the next game to get in top 2 or top 3.
No, none of us need it anymore.
kemungkinan besar OG pun
Okay.
bisa menang lawan Kagendra. Anything
Now it's more of like, okay, what do you want to show us before the actual games that matter?
dan play ini bakal seru banget.
Yeah, okay.
Penentuan 3 sampai 6 ini ya pasti
Actually, yeah, that's a curious point. So
sengit nantinya.
for you,
Play ini tuh ya bisa
how do you approach games like that? Like knowing like the scoreline doesn't matter and you still have to battle each other. What's the game plan? What's the thought process for you
gila kalau dia
in Dota?
One more time. What was the first part of the question?
Like the results don't matter, but you still have to play a series against your opponents. What is the game plan? Do you practice strats or what?
Oh, I mean, if it's an important tournament and you feel ready and you already practice a lot, you definitely don't show off your good cards. I think that would be a big blunder, like just to show off good cards. I think it's still good practice to play very serious and to play a good draft and to play a good strategy if you can.
Okay.
But I mean, if it was me, I would be in favor for not revealing the good stuff if the game for you doesn't matter.
Okay.
If it's still an opponent that you don't want in the tournament because you have a chance to knock them out, you can consider maybe doing some more, but
susah banget
yeah, I would not reveal the good stuff, and perhaps you can even take these opportunities to also fool the enemy a bit. You might even pick something that will, how to say, lead them in the wrong direction in the future, you know?
Like, okay, this one is open for potential picks as well, and then they kind of mess up in the draft when the actual game comes.
Yeah, like if, let's say you normally don't flex a hero because the guy doesn't like playing it, but because the game doesn't matter, just play it on him and try to play a good game. And then if you do that, you manage to scare them, then you maybe also learn something about yourself, that maybe you can flex this hero more than you thought, but it's also, you're just trying something that you know you wouldn't normally do. And either it might have if you lose horribly, maybe it didn't have a big impact. But if you somehow manage to show a good game, you'll either learn something yourself or you'll tell others that, oh, we played this also, or we played like this, you know?
Okay. That puts even more anxiety on the opponent teams. Like, oh shit, they have this too.
juga sebenarnya bagus.
Yeah,
Tapi
yeah.
kalau kita ngeliat post game
So based on that, my take, I think Kurus will just play the same cards, which is we get to see the same heroes from Dao Dao that he has shown.
sebenarnya emang ini sih yang kita
Yeah.
bilang ya, kita bisa ngelihat perbedaan OG dan juga Vesahka di mana OG early-nya itu rotasi Nial sebagus itu. Tahu-tahu bisa pelan-pelan invasi ke area jungle-nya
You're sure 663 is speaking Chinese in the game? Yeah, I think we did establish that, right? The OG players are learning a little bit of Chinese to communicate with Dao Dao.
farming udah sejauh itu. Tapi kalau OG ini beda, mereka tuh kayak
Yeah, I think it goes a bit both ways, but yes, I believe that's the case.
dan
Dao Dao is so powerful in this match. Yeah. Huge improvement from OG. Started to gel together compared to the first few weeks. Yeah, yeah.
Itu bisa ngebawa tempo yang sama bareng sama si Tahu-Tahu gitu loh.
Iya sih. Cuma emang lihat dari perkembangan mereka aja sih.
Oh, Vesahka is top 3 right now in terms of the slots. No, but this is regular season. So when we go into the play-ins and playoffs, that is thrown out the window, right? At this part of the stage, we are just looking for who the top 6 teams are in IKL. And then these 6 teams will go on to play in the play-ins and the playoffs. The past results of regular season don't matter anymore. It's all about the final performances in the last few weeks. That's all.
Karena emang mereka tuh karena si Om Kurs ini tuh ngebuat OG tuh jadi bagus tiap minggunya gitu.
That's where OG needs to get top 3.
Pastinya mungkin ya.
If you win, that's great. So if you win, winner of IKL goes to China to play Challengers Cup, where you play against the best teams in the Chinese server.
Cet rambutnya jadi biru.
So that's a good learning experience, but only for first place.
65
Only for first place.
Only for first place. So Indonesia gets one
Okay.
slot, Philippines gets one slot, Malaysia gets one slot.
Tapi dia nggak mati, ngeri nggak sih?
Okay.
Iya. Ini backupnya 663 juga jadi roamer juga improve lah.
Iya.
And to get like
Hans yang
experience playing against top tier Chinese teams right before the esports World Cup, that's a valuable
kayak
add. Like in terms of EXP, in terms of stretch, because when it comes down to KWC, the patch is going to be quite different because we're adding like new stats from buddy title, right? Arena of Valor.
Uh-huh.
ready kalian sih.
Iya kan?
Gue gak nyangka kalian bisa menang sih. Karena minggu kemarin kalian tuh mainnya tuh kurang tapi sekarang bagus. Apa sih yang terjadi sebenarnya?
Wajar sih kalau orang luar gitu lihat ada tim match pertamanya tuh kayak apa nih lawan ini aja kalah, lawan itu pasti kalah lah gitu. Nah cuman nggak semua tim itu nggak bisa nge-solve problemnya mereka.
Cie.
Nah gitu.
Jadi kalian udah solve problem kalian.
Woman buyang bro,
Woman buyang.
Artinya apa tuh?
adalah pokoknya.
Jangan diinin lah ya. Tapi nanti apa sih? Aku penasaran sih. Apa yang sebenarnya disampaikan mungkin atau evaluasi dari Om Kurus ya minggu lalu sampai minggu ini tuh kalian main bagus banget jujur.
Kalau gue pribadi ngelihatnya Om Kurus nyampein poin-poinnya aja sih.
Coba mic-nya dikit.
Nah, kenapa tadi gimana?
Kalau Om Kurus nyampein ke player-playernya itu ya poin-poinnya aja gitu. Yang nggak penting nggak usah dipikirin, dibuang aja.
Oh,
Oh, I have a question for you, Notail.
Satu titik.
That has been something that was on my mind. So this was a conversation I had with aspiring coaches. So as a coach, do you have to be good at the game and play the game, or can it be just stats based? Like you take a look at information of the game and you can be a successful coach.
Tapi emang sebenarnya ada something happen lah.
Yeah, something happened.
I feel if you're working mainly with stats, you're probably more likely to be an analyst, an analytical role. But you can combine that, I guess, but I think then you can, so I think you can be good at the game without playing the game and playing the game good. But you need to then have a good understanding if you want to apply certain game things, right? Like also if you're good at pulling certain analytics out of the game, there are a million analytics out of the game. And I would say a lot of them aren't always so relevant to the situation. And if there's something you're trying to say, then it's relevant to something about the game, right? And at least you need to have a good understanding to also, I guess, then pull out decent stats, but especially to apply them to real life situation, real life team. Because it's not that simple. Like you have a certain idea, you make people follow your idea. It's a lot easier said than done. When you're in a team, you also usually have people who have strong ideas about how they should play themselves or play their role. And if one person thinks he understands everything about every role, hopefully he's right. Because
Okay.
if he tries to do that and he's not right and he's not going, going very well about it, other teams are going to come in and crush you. I believe that most of the time when you have a good team, people are strong in their field, people know what they're doing, and you want to use that, like you want to use 5 brains. You don't want 5 brains trying to just, think like one. But
Understand.
you're trying to act like one brain, you know? You are trying to become one brain, kind of, like one machine, one unit. But I think that people need to also think for themselves to really excel. I think that's true for most teams, most fields, most of the time. But I think there are some exceptions.
Okay, so hive mind with multiple POVs. right? I think that would be the
Well, that's a
best.
real hive mind, right? A real hive mind is multiple brains working together.
Okay.
Like, how to say, a broken dictatorship or a broken hierarchy or army-style hierarchy is when it's like 5 guys in a chain of command, but they don't think for themselves. You know, that's when I think it's weak.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can have that and people can think for themselves, I think it can be very potent and very good for achieving things together, like making some problem solving and making a thing come to life.
That's cool. That reminds me of Stranger Things.
Gimana nih kalau kamu
Right, right.
kita yang oh ya kamu riset ultimate kan? Wings of Judgment itu gimana komsnya sebenarnya?
Ya
Kin, do you know where to buy the Cai Wenxi plushie? I don't know. You have to ask Momo for that. They bought it.
nggak ada. Ya maksudnya dari Dao sebenarnya.
Also, have you seen like the latest episode of Hell's Paradise? It's getting like super exciting now.
Emang jam mainnya
Yeah, I think I'm caught up. I saw it like a couple days ago, so I guess it was the last one.
It's the only anime that I'm willing to like sit through the pain of waiting week after week.
Kirain
Yeah, I saw the last episode. Yeah, I like it a lot. I really like the show.
Ini ngomong Mandarin ya.
Thank you for the sub.
Komunikasi kalian suka nontonin Kingstock-nya ini gak sih IKL yang di Instagramnya HOK Esports ID? Nah, itu kan tiap hari Kamis tuh muncul, ya kan? Nah, kebetulan karena hari ini hari Kamis teman-teman ya.
Okay, so we have the next one is going to be Kagendra. I think now that we have performed well against VESAHKA, that's great. But here's statistically wise, Kagendra is one of the biggest monsters in IKL because they are called the local kings. They rarely lose when it matters, especially when it goes to live stages. So I think, you know, our series against them in the next 2 days is going to be interesting, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Junnya lucu banget ya. Ah, itu artinya apa tuh?
Mau bantu translate nggak?
Apa itu artinya? Artinya apaan weh?
But we should do a segment where we put our predictions before the actual broadcast or the Kagendra game. And then we match it with what the casters say on broadcast.
Uh-huh.
Ini farmland musuh katanya
And then we see the result. I like it.
gitu kan.
Dia juga jago ya Besiana ya?
Nggak tahu gua.
But 3-0 is definitely not what I expected today. I thought VESAHKA would be able to take one game at least. This
Yeah.
was masterclass from OG.
Oh,
Bener nggak Jack?
1 lawan 5 dia.
Bener. Takutnya translatornya salah.
wah bener ini. Fix.
Gak perlu diragukan.
Ini mah nggak aneh. Anomali.
Anomali ya.
Anomali HOK ini.
Emang jahil banget ya, si Zanki ini ya.
Makanya dia cocok.
I have a question for NOTAIL. How do you overcome nervousness when participating in a tournament for the first time?
Main Sasaki gimana tuh?
Nggak tahu lah. Tergantung gitu.
I don't know. I think it's hard. I mean, that one is usually pretty easy for people. From my experience, once you sit down and you play, it's natural to just focus on the game because you've done it so many times. You just go play a game, and once it starts, I think you're really in it. Yeah, I think most something that maybe is like bad is that people often they're asked this question like, "Are you nervous? How are you gonna deal with it?" It's like because it makes them think a lot about it, or like it can make somebody think about it. And I think that's the worst part is like actually think about it because once the game starts, I think most people you don't even have to try. You're just not gonna think about anything else.
Okay.
Paling suka
I hope you like the answer.
Zanki.
Did that answer your question?
Dia tiba-tiba ngomong Mandarin ya. Dan kita masih ada match ketiga. Jadi thank you banget buat interviewnya 663 dan juga Ahem. Tapi buat kalian jangan kemana-mana karena kita akan break sebentar sebelum kita masuk ke match yang
Should you move from bigger troopers and root for OG now? Of course, all the time. Yeah, but that's it for the series today. Clean 3-0 from the OG boys. In addition to Om Cruz as well. Very nice play.
Super nice game. Yeah. Super nice series.
Okay, our next one, I think we have first game of the day, first series of the day, right?
Yeah, it's very early for me.
It's like 9:30 a.m. or something for you.
8:30.
Holy shit! Okay.
Tahu meta.
Yep. So
But I'll be there.
4th April. For those that are within my regions for Southeast Asia, 4th April, it'll be 2:30 at our time. So first game of the day. It's a best of 5 still, but this will be the last series for OG before the play-ins. Kuang Tie, oh my goodness, they're using the Chinese names for the heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kuang Tie is the hero that Daohen was using. Nice one, Xiongdi. Do you know what Xiongdi means?
No.
Xiongdi means brother.
Oh, nice.
Okay, it's been wonderful, NOTAIL. This was a
Yeah, it's
great
super good day.
surprise for today. So we'll see everyone in 2 days. It will be on the 4th of April. Will be the first series of the day. It's going to be against Kagendra. So tune in. For everyone that has sent the gifts, thank you so much. Please give a follow. NOTAIL's on Twitch. If you haven't followed yet, I am on TikTok and YouTube. Thank you for all the follows and the shares as well. That's all. Bye-bye.
All right. See you guys. See you Facebook. See you Twitch. Bye.